All right, Polly. 30 seconds until cheese. Also, the live stream. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, wait, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get it? Yeah, okay. All right. Everybody gets a live stream. Oh, hey, there we go. Now I'm on stage. Hello, everybody. I hope somebody saw Polly's little performance there, not just in the recording afterwards, but live or live on the recording. I don't know, whatever that word, however I phrase that. Anyway, holy cow! It is. It is the time. It is that time of year. It is the final Friday telethon. Live stream telethon, whatever that we like to do on the absolute final evening of the magazine crowdfund. Tomorrow the crowdfund ends at noon Eastern Standard Time. Unless we get some overtime, that's where on BackerKit, if someone pledges in the final 10 minutes, so like I guess between 11:50 and noon, you extend it by 10 minutes from that very moment. And then basically every time someone pledges before 10 minutes runs out, the 10-minute counter gets reset. So you can keep like bumping it and have it go on, later into the day, opening the opportunity to raise more funds, which in our case means pushing towards more our author and artist pay raises, which we've already unlocked one of each, which I'm very happy about. And it's not implausible. We could unlock at least one more author raise and artist raise. Things have been going well today. Hello, Michael, in the chat. Good to see you. And also, thank you. Please, people, sign off. Make noises in the chat. I am a tired, disoriented publisher after, golly gee whiz, a very intense month of crowdfunding this thing. But you know what? It's been worth it. Right now, as we record, we are at $42,510. 641 backers. I think we'll hit the devil's number for sure, which is always fun. Our minimum funding goal is 28,000. So I think we're going to make the magazine this year. I think we're good. I think I can say that without sounding full of myself. And we've done well for unlocking things. You guys have done well. I mean, I can't do it. You do it. You have unlocked double art. 2 illustrations for every story, except for the 12,000 word longer ones that we have a couple of this year. Molly Tanzer's Jirella Jury story, a new one, and Daryl Keogh's Sword and Planet story in issue 7. Issue 5 is a little more broken up in terms of stories. But anyway, those two 12K stories are going to have 4 illustrations, which is pretty awesome. Oh, I'm getting a DM. Is it from somebody telling me I forgot to press a button? Nope. Okay, good. Someone saying hi. Pardon me. This is part of running our crowdfund. Is you're getting a lot of DMs all the time, especially when there's like a live thing happening. Hello, Aleph. Hello, Wicked. Hello. Oh, and Hotspur. Oh, cheers, mate. Okay, I confess the real name did not resonate with me because I'm a tired boy who knows too many people by aliases online. But yeah, super awesome. Oh yeah, I saw some of your post over in the server there earlier today. Congratulations on living debt free. It's a hell of an accomplishment. But yes, where was I? So yes, double art, we did it. International shipping discount. Canadians get $5 off US from their shipping. People outside of North America, unless that includes Mexico, in which case Mexican people get this. $10 USD off of their shipping, which is great. And then, as I say, we got 1 author raise and 1 artist raise. And I really think we have a good shot at getting 1 more raise for each group. So by all means, please, if you haven't already, consider pledging. And if you haven't already, or even if you have, share this sucker online, wherever your pals and frenemies and so on and so forth can be found. This is super exciting. I'm really glad we're going to get to do this another year. I'm really glad we're going to get to do 3 issues. We're expanding. We're doing more. And we're doing the Sword and Planet special issue, which I have been daydreaming about pretty much since we decided we were going to do this thing. It has been on my mind for quite some time. And if you look for it in the community tab of the crowdfund, you can find a poll with a whole bunch of ideas for what our next special issue could be, and that will be for a while, but still, you could go have a vote, and I will definitely be paying attention to what people say they would like to see us do in the future special issues. So there's a chance to be heard. In the meanwhile, holy cats, little sort of side project thing here happened, but it's all related. Like, I don't know, 10 minutes before I sat down for dinner tonight, I got something really cool in the mail I'm going to share with you real quick, which is the advanced copies of one of our very first books, one of two we funded last year. Double-edged sword and sorcery, upside down, of course. You can see here in soft cover and hardcover. You can see they've got the lovely purple spray edges. And yeah, I gotta say these are everything I hope for. And on the off chance you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, well, very quickly, it's two novellas in one book, right? Just like the classic Ace doubles and other companies, I think, took a shot at some of the things back in the day. We want to do that ourselves. On the inside of each one, I'll pop this open. You've got illustrations. There's Linnea Sturge's illustration. You'll see her work on Daryl Keogh's story in our Sword and Planet issue. And then on the other side, for Daryl's story here, that was Bryn's on the other side. We have Walter Shearlin. We have Simon Underwood, who you will also see illustrating a long-form story in the magazine, Molly's Jarell Tale. So there you go. There you go. Now I'm seeing in the chat someone saying, how do I buy a copy? Or I wish I could buy her copy. You can. If you go to newedgeswordandsorcery.com and scroll not too far down, you'll find a link to our pre-order store. Currently, we are on schedule to get the book out at the end of April. So yeah, if you pre-order now, you can make sure you get a copy, which is always a good idea with the hardcovers because for economic reasons, it's not manufacturer scarcity. We can only print a small number of these compared to the other fellows. But yes, as I saw someone else say, absolutely, it is mass market paperback size. Weirdly, I only have these handy. All my Conan Lancers and other things are in a completely different room. But take my word for it. This is MMP size. We were very particular about that. We wanted to recreate that reading experience for you. And it's a book. What can I say? I'm very, very happy about it. If you go dead center, we got a couple ads for other publications, and that's how you know, okay, you're in the dead middle. Be careful how much further you go, lest you wander into the end of the book. Yeah. Oh, okay. How do you do? I probably do, but I'm not familiar with this particular username. How do you do? So, but I imagine we have chatted on the server, and I'm just having a brain moment here. But yes, okay, so that's really, really fun. And yeah, as I say, if you want, you can go to newedgeswordandsorcery.com, follow the link, and you can pre-order a copy. So that's cool. And then, yeah, as I say, meanwhile, the magazine's doing well. On the incredibly low chance you don't know what it looks like, here are issues 4 in softcover and hardcover from last year. Softcover is your classic floppy, glossy magazine, with our 3-column situation and art. So that's lovely. That's what that looks like, in case you haven't seen it. And then our hardcover, as you can imagine, well, it's hard. It also has custom end pages. The coloring of these are changed slightly with each issue to match the sort of 2-color scheme, in this case, yellow and purple. And that is also something that we like to match can I get it with my fat thumbs here? There we go. The bookmark ribbon too. So there's yellow, just like the text on the front. On the webcam, it doesn't look like it, but trust me, we were careful there. And then, yeah, beautiful, beautiful hardcover, lays flat without damaging the book because it's got sewn stitch binding. And honestly, with the high quality acid-free paper, if you take good care of these guys, software hardcover, they could outlive you and be found by another Sword and Sorcery fanatic one of these days, perhaps in a secondhand store or something like that, which I love to think about. I love to imagine my books surviving me, which is pretty fun to think about. In the meanwhile, I'm going to go quickly look at a DM from someone who's, oh yes, okay, I see who you are. All right, got it. Okay. Anyway, just confirm the identity of someone in the chat. In the meanwhile, in the green room, the digital green room, as it were, I can see a couple of our players for the Conan game. We're not starting that just yet, though. I am going to bring onto the stage a certain fuzzy little fella. Why did I call him that? Matthew, man.
Fuzzy little fella. I actually just shaved today.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, there you go.
Got ID'd at the NSLC.
Whoa.
I know. I felt great about it. I was like, oh, bless you, lady. Bless you.
All right, well,
How's it going?
I'm gonna open my beer. Cheers. I'm drinking Angry Redhead tonight, like I did on the first live stream. Feels like a
Now
good weekend.
that's a Canadian beverage, yeah.
I don't know. Oh
Okay,
no,
as
it is.
long as
No, it is product of Black Gold Brewery in Ontario, Canada. Yep, Angry Redhead Irish style red, 5.3. Why not? Yeah, if anybody's curious, this is really tasty, and I have rather enjoyed it before.
I am
You got Blue Lobster.
dainty Blue Lobster from Nova Scotia because elbows up and all that.
I cannot believe you're here from Kanakastan's own lobster province, and you're drinking Blue Lobster, and I've got Angry Redhead. It all works out, man. I love it. We're color coordinating. So when you're not drinking Canadian beer, you are doing lots of things in your life. But for the purposes of this mini interview, before we kick off the game officially at 7:30. Well, you're a game designer. If I understand correctly, you were like the lead designer or head designer or the designer on the Conan game. How does that work?
Yeah, so for the Conan role-playing game, Conan the Hyborian Age, I basically did I guess it's a horizontal movement in that I convinced them to let me design the role-playing game once we got the rights to do so. Because I don't know, man, I've been on the ground floor for a while as far as Conan RPGs and games go. And I really had an idea of what I felt, not only that I would want from it, but that really what would have been a long time coming, which is more of a streamlined, true sword and sorcery game that also kind of complemented our Conan board game that we do. So yeah, I basically came up with a system, and then we, worked through it internally a little, and then slowly but surely kind of just greenlit it. And so I would be lead developer, system designer guy for this.
Awesome. So now, of course, many other people worked with you on the role-playing game. I'm not trying to take any credit away from them, but that's kind of cool to think that you were essentially captain of the ship.
Yeah, and which is huge pressure in a lot of ways, right? Because gaming nerds, myself included, are pretty specific about tastes and wants and what works and what doesn't. And RPG players are, it's kind of like divided into very cool, calm, collected people. And then it's, you can have some vocal characters as well. And even honestly, the most vocal are easy to sort of work with and listen to and talk to and bounce ideas off of even. And then you get a few people who are just like, this sucks because, and you're just like,
well, I mean, that's welcome to the internet. Welcome to
Exactly.
fans of anything with more than 3 readers or whatever, right? Like Conan's a popular property. People are going to feel really invested in it. They're going to feel like maybe they kind of own it in a way if they've, been fans long enough or just approach thinking that way.
Well, and this one's coming off of the Modifius did a system earlier, not that long ago. I mean, I guess it was 10 years ago or something when that was on Kickstarter, thereabouts. So a lot of people are still dug their heels in to stick with that system, to which I say, good, do it, man. If I had a system that I loved, I might even buy a new one, right? Odds are I probably won't play it because, if I get something I dig, I will stick with it. So I just felt like this game was more so aimed at our Conan board gamers and board gamers in general who might be RPG curious.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make it a good stepping stone game. Like I and the sort of development team, like we aggressively streamlined this, and we're just very, very hammered down whenever heft tried to come into it. If a thing can be done in 2 steps or 1 step or 3 steps, we are not making it 5 steps or 6 steps or making a subsystem that has no reason to exist. Why should it, like sorcery can be weird and strange and not understood in the theme section, but also to execute spells or whatever. Yeah. Why would we have that be a whole other subsystem to making checks and making attacks? And like, if the mechanics can just align and kind of sit on top of one another, that's kind of what we wanted. So you didn't have to know 1,000 different exceptions to things. And with the work I'm doing now, where I'm developing the next batch of content for this, I'm doing the same thing where we even have new mechanics, but I'm placing them again on top of the old ones so that everything is intuitive and in line with what it was before, with just sort of, I don't know.
No,
I
hear you.
can't say much without spoiling, but yeah.
Of course. But like, I hear what you're saying. You want to try and integrate it with the mechanics already there, and to say here's new ways to use them, rather than suffer the fate of so many systems where you get rules bloat of like, okay, we got a good core system, perfect. Okay, now we're going to introduce, I don't know, lizard men.
Yeah.
Lizard men are a mini game unto themselves. If you you have to get
Yeah.
special dice for the lizard men, et cetera, et cetera. And then so like a few years go by and you got
well, and I'm a big fan. Like another thing that we do where you can sort of allow those mini games or sub games to kind of come in. We did it with the board game as well, whereas the mechanics exist, but each scenario has different things, different curveballs, different, objectives. And this game, we kind of built it around pre-gen adventures, which we call Tales. And those, you don't have to play them. You just kind of have to use that framework in terms of awarding experience and progression. So you might say, this is a tale, I'm ad-libbing, whatever, it's fine. After a few sessions, it's finished, and then you get your rewards or whatever. But because we have that framework, we can throw in weird stuff like, this is a mission where you have to get down a mountain and you have this much gear, and at the bottom you're trying to save as much of it as you can, but you have to kind of offload to, I don't know. The point
but it's
is
a mini game for that one tale rather than
that one
complex
tale
encumbrance rules that you carry through the whole campaign.
Exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
got it. And actually, so something, people are going to get to watch us play the tale included with the quick start rules. And so they'll get an idea tonight of like what a basic scenario looks like. So before we start that, why don't you tell us a little bit about like what would longer form play be? What's something, people aren't going to see that tonight. They're not going to see us play like a campaign for a year. What is the sword and sorcery approach essentially to, because if you think of sword and sorcery as episodic, and sometimes it's longer form in the sense of a bunch of tales stitched together, but not necessarily the high fantasy, like grand, doorstopper novel storytelling approach. So how did you think, how did you handle all that when thinking about longer term play in the new Conan system?
So that, obviously, if you are somebody who wants to play long campaigns, and because that's the romantic notion you have with RPGs, which I get, like I still want to do that too. You can totally do it. It's just basically tales that are linked. And some of the pre-gens that we have done are also longer form, right? Like 5 tales that make up a campaign, and we will have longer ones as we go. That said, if you really think about Conan as a campaign, if you take that character and those set of stories and make it a campaign, it's really about his career. That's the campaign, his whole life, right? So the way I envision this is maybe, you have a character and you play 10 tales entirely or 20 entirely. And then by the end of it, you are like a King Conan analog. Yeah. So the idea is that each of your player characters, the campaign is their career. And we've even, like, each tale we try to make as open-ended and open beginning as we can. So you might finish a tale and you whooped all ass and you have a sweet reputation in this town. People are like afraid of you. You've gotten a lot of jewels. But guess what? The next time the GM throws this in, maybe you're not in Zambula. Maybe you are actually on the Viliat Sea and you've been captured. And that's where we start. So don't get precious about your gear. It is you that are the weapon. It is you that are the tail.
And that is very SNS storytelling, right? Like, I mean, you can have a Lynn Carter approach and try and write like little italic paragraphs to say how we got from one tale to the next. But and a
GM can easily do that too, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you can always do what you want, right? You can glue on spaceships if that's what you feel like doing. But it's nice to think that the ethos coming through from the ground up, from the foundation of the game, is very of the genre. I loved hearing what you were saying about how like it's rooted in character. I think SNS, we all have fallen in love with various SNS settings, like Lankmar, Hyboria, and so forth. And those are fun to explore and figure out, like, well, what kind of socks do they wear in this part of Hyboria? But fundamentally, the storytelling is absolutely rooted in character. It's one thing I, as a publisher of SNS, love to see. The story really needs a strong protagonist. I mean, you want that in everything, of course, but you can't lean on other aspects of story and have a weak protagonist in SNS, in my opinion. So to have that in the gaming, have that be like, no, the hero is you. The hero is not, Hyboria. I think that's a good approach.
Well, and I also did, I wrote this as a Conan game, but first and foremost, I wrote this as a sword and sorcery game. Because really, I mean, in so many ways, Robert E. Howard did sort of create the template. And just about anything else, even when you have divergences in Sword and Sorcery, they do different things, but those commonalities keep it together. So the idea of and furthermore, it's like if I'm writing this for Conan fans, odds are some of those are Liber fans and some of them are Moorcock fans or whatever. So you can't do too much Sword and Sorcery, I guess. So that just felt like the North Star. Make it feel Sword and Sorcery. We're not going to have parts where characters are really taking an inventory of their gear and saving up for this special thing that they want. Or it's like we start, it's like old writing advice. Start when the story gets good. Don't start the story when the story's not good. Don't
do a bunch of like throat clearing about the setting. Just be like, okay, you wake up from having blacked out in the port. Oh shit, you're chained to a rowing oar on a big slave ship. What are you gonna do?
Well, and you'll even see with this tale, I commit the cardinal sin or cliche of starting it in a tavern. Oh, because I'm almost like I'm tempting, like I'm being ballsy in a way, because it's a classic starting point too. But it also, in some ways, I'm starting it there because, well, there's a real famous Conan story that starts that way.
Tower of the Elephant. Yeah, I was already thinking about it. And that's the funny thing, right? About reading stories, you go back far enough, especially in a genre, when you go back to the guy who more or less created it. And then it's like, oh, I've seen this 1,000 times before. Yeah, you saw it 1,000 times because,
exactly.
You know, so I can see the temptation when doing a Conan game to tilt at that, you know, I don't say windmill, that sounds like Don Quixote, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and I also
take a crack at the traditional thing.
That's right. And I said, you know, I'm doing this one this way. We need to have almost no others to start the same way, right?
Yeah.
But I did kind of you'll see with this tale, it's kind of a mega mix of different Howard stories, which is totally intentional. The other intro adventure I wrote, and this one is an intro adventure, the other one's even shorter. It starts with you being chased by wild dogs, and you are basically approaching a mound of boulders. I don't know if that sounds familiar, but that was me basically saying, yeah, Conan the Barbarian is a cool movie too. And, you know, we're not going to contradict what Howard did, but Easter eggs galore. Holy shit.
I'm just going to put the link to the quick start rules in the chat right now for everybody else.
Are we live? Are people seeing this right now?
Yeah, no, I actually remembered to press the button.
Okay. So I
which is not guaranteed.
This.
Yeah, no, Molly and I talked to each other for like 25 minutes earlier this month because I was like, who presses the go live button? Somebody else, not me. But cool. Today, I literally got a phone call from my partner in the other room at 5 to 7. Like, you got to press the button, which I've been getting every live stream since Molly and I shouted. So there you go. I'm having it well drilled into me.
Okay, so this is the one I would share on socials would just be the crowd stream, right? Crowdfunding.
Yeah, just the regular crowdfund link. Yep, because we'll be playing where the trailer is up top.
All right.
But yeah, no, we've been talking to an audience, have no fear, and the chat seems to be actually acknowledging things we said. Whereas I remember Lyle and I were just talking, and both of us discussed later how we were confused at the way the chat was like talking about movies and just trying to like kill time. And we were like, "Are we this boring? What's happening?" And then somebody was like, "I can't wait for the stream to start." And I was like, "Oh,
yeah."
So yeah, no, we're definitely good. There's nobody talking about you know, who killed Roger Rabbit in the chat.
Okay, roger that.
And also, if you're watching this as a recording later, because it will be available as a recording on our YouTube account, I'm going to put the Quick Start rule link in the actual description as well. Or you can just Google Monolith, Quick Start Conan. You know, it's the internet, you'll find it. But yeah, and in those Quick Start rules are obviously the Quick Start rules, plus the scenario we're playing tonight, plus 5 pre-made characters, which myself and 4 other players have chosen. Now, I know I said we're not starting until 7:30, but it is 7:24, and I can see in the green room. Oh, okay, 1 player is away from their chair, so we'll wait until they get back, and then I will start, I think, bringing people on stage. And
I need to like go put a shirt on. I didn't even know we were going to be live this early. I was going to like put back out. And, like... I mean, I've got this on. It's like my
Matt. Why did you think I was interviewing you? You and I had talked about.
I just didn't know. I thought it was like going to be we would be just having a chat, and then you know.
Yeah, but we're live, man. Look in the top left corner of the stream.
Yeah, I didn't see that. There's a little red light there.
I love it. Oh my god! And who am I to judge? Given, as I said, pressed the button for 30 minutes the other day there, so I'm feeling good. We're already off to a good start.
Exactly.
Oh, I need this. I need. I'm Johnny Extrovert, and I need to feed off of other humans and drain their precious energy, socializing like the vampire that I am. Because yeah, oh boy, I am pooping. It's been quite a stretch of getting the word out there. But as I was saying at the beginning of this, like it feels it's been worth it. I'm really happy with what we've achieved, and obviously I want to try and unlock more pay raises and get more money that we can invest in producing more books over the course of the year, all that good stuff. But heaven forbid if crowdfund for some reason just went like fizzled and ended right this second, I would feel like myself and the other people working on the magazine would have done a pretty good job. So yeah. Anyway, and now I'm waxing philosophic, which tells you I'm tired and drinking. So let's move on to people who are playing the game. Let's bring them on stage. Get ready,
Bring
folks.
them
You can see
in.
all in the green room there. I'll start with I see the person who looks most alert for their initiative check or whatever here is Valerie Valdez. Who? Whoa! Look at her. She's there on the screen. Valerie is amongst many other things, one of many talents, the copy editor for New Age Sword and Sorcery, who is kindly joining us to adventure. Valerie, I remember who you're playing, but could you tell us quickly the absolute gist, as you understand it, whatever, don't stress, of your character for tonight?
Okay, so from the quick start, I chose the the only magical character actually, which is a Davor or a Davor. I'm gonna gender swap him because I can. Because it's just
Sure.
preset. We can do what we want. Only God can stop us. But yeah, the quick start rules. So there are apparently, I guess, 5 different schools of magic. In the quick start rules, we're basically only starting with white magic, and that means that by default I have access to 2 spells plus 3 that are in the kind of like white magic pantheon as needed. And the spells included healing, so I'm technically also the party cleric, which seemed like it might be appropriate again for a Conan game. And my other awesome cool spell is that I get to have a wolf. If I want.
That's awesome.
I'm just saying I am always here for a little puppy time.
Yeah. I mean,
Which
he's no, it's just funny because people like one of the immediate things people got upset about was like, oh, white magic and he can heal. And yeah, I was like, okay, so white magic is a thing that Howard actually says in the Conan stories. Having a wolf-like companion is something one of the characters has, Zelata. Being able to heal, it's like, yeah, we don't like have healing spells, but this one's not very potent. And we also do have magic healing in those stories. In one of them, Conan has like a part of his scalp ripped off by a demon, and he drinks, a potion, and voila, he's back in action. So calm down, guys. Trust the process, I say to the people who.
Yeah, no, if you look for it, you can find some extremely D&D-ish things in the classic tales. I always think of his magic protection, his anti-magic protection girdle. In not Red Nails, pardon me, People of the Black Circle. And I read that, I was like, this is really D&D, and I was like, yeah, predates D&D by how many decades? But anyway, it's kind of fun to find those elements.
And as described, the healing actually it also takes like two turns more or less. It's like 2 actions, which I guess you get 2 actions per turn, but it's basically like a whole thing that you have to do. And summoning a wolf is you lose 5 hit points to do it. So it's like I guess carve a gash in my arm and bleed freely to summon the wolf to my side. So yeah, this is still pretty metal. This is not this is not easy and fluffy, and
it's still metal. And then when you see the other spells that are involved in white magic, like some of them are also quite metal. Because everyone's like, Jebel Sog is like sort of a demon god and this and that. I'm like, I know. Just hang tight. Just hang tight,
Yeah, and I mean, hey, there you go. Holding true to Brian Murphy's 7 points of sword and sorcery, right? Dark and dangerous sorcery that often exacts a terrible cost, such as 5 HP. I don't think you put that in the book, but anyway. All right, well, why don't we bring on our next player? I'm just going to arbitrarily call on. I can see a bunch of people being like, "Oh boy, getting ready." Luana's got her face in a mug, so I'm going to bring on Luana. And the mug is down. All right, you were quick.
Luana, must be like a billion o'clock wherever you are.
Yeah. It is just past midnight. It's in fact a bit earlier than the last chat we had. What is Sword and Sorcery? Which was around
that was an hour later, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, Luana, once again, thank you so much for fighting the forces of taking care of your body and sleeping to to join us. Most appreciated, especially by a guy who just gave up energy drinks. Oh, anyway, could you please share with us what your character's whole duty is?
I'm playing Hansi the Thief, also a gender swapped character. There was only two dudes, only two ladies in the whole assortment, and since we had more than two lady players, I was like, I'm not gonna start hogging the two lady characters. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna suggest gender swapping, and I brought on an avalanche. So well done, Valerie, for also. So Hansi is a thief who works in the shadows, as they do. She loves gold and riches and is always ready to make a quick buck. She's got throwing knives. She's an assassin. She moves in the shadows. Her whole deal is that she's dexterous and edgy, because edge is her edge is her stat.
Edgelord is a stat. No, sorry, edge. Just edge.
And
right.
I just
Can I roll for new edge in this?
Didn't even cross my mind. How'd that happen? Anyways, carry on.
This wasn't part of her background, but she's saving up to buy a real Hyrcanian thoroughbred. She's a horse girl.
Ooh.
Okay.
So like that's what her whole deal is. Whatever riches we're chasing in this adventure, she's gonna buy a horse like Lisa.
Sweet.
I like it.
I'm into it.
All right.
Sorry, guys. I'm just sharing the links all over the place here.
Oh yeah, no, please do. How dare you promote this crowdfund /
Yeah, no, I know. I'm
anyway,
the worst when things get started.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. I will now bring on. Who will I bring on? I've got two options here. Oh, whatever. I'm gonna bring them both on eventually.
I'm gonna put a shirt on while you put stuff on. I didn't know.
Don't worry about it. Like, it's done. You're just done. It's out there. You're live.
All right. Fine.
Yeah. Just don't show the nipple holes. It'll be fine. I'm gonna bring on Molly Tanzer. I'm gonna tap 3 Jarrells and 3 French warlords and 1 mountain in the Pyrenees or whatever to bring on Molly Tanzer. Hi, Molly.
How's it going?
Pretty good. Could you tell the folks at home the gist of your character as you understand them?
Yeah, I'm playing Gudrun, who is a small but mighty warrior from the north. She is a follower of Ymir, which is why I picked this character, because I'm into the Frost Giant's daughter, and like that has to do like with that story a little bit. But anyway, she's like a redhead. She has like 2 hand axes. She's a warrior type. Might is her big stat, and but she's like itty bitty as far as I can tell from this little description, which I think is really attractive, where it's just like the small, ferocious, dangerous one. So that is who I'm playing.
Rad.
Cool. Yeah, I actually, one of my 2 characters I'm writing right now has sort of the small, lithe, 2-hand axe warrior person. So I'm a little jealous you got this one, but that's okay. I want to step back and let everybody get their characters before I chose mine. Anyway, so we always will bring up our next to last player. I guess I'm last, which is Christopher. Hello. Good evening, Christopher.
I'm playing Angus of the Ills. He's an Ard man, it says here. He's going to depend largely for his characterization on the fact that I haven't had a cigarette in 38 hours.
Wait, no, I didn't say that out loud.
Yeah, wait, hang on. Is there anything else about it I recall?
Rough.
He's got a great sword. And he wears kind of he's girded with maybe a fox pelt, and he's wearing Uggs.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks fox-like. Look at him.
He seems to me the most like direct Conan analog of anybody. You know, he's kind of a barbarian guy coming down from the hills with no shirt and a lot of attitude. Was that intentional, Matt, or were you worried about having a Conan analog?
His origin is from the hills. I gave him a sort of, Scottish Irish-ish name. He's your Conan analog, as it were.
Okay. Before I introduce my person, who until a few minutes ago was probably just going to be tired crowdfunding guy, I'm playing. I might mispronounce this, but Mombi. Mombi is a wanderer. I'll play a woman, whatever. Mombi is a wanderer. Her quest is simple: find the next river, the next forest, or some new horizon, and never linger behind walls. The gleaming cities are not to be trusted. And she's been enslaved in the past, and will never ever let that happen again. She has not seen her own people for over a decade, so she's been traveling for a while, I guess. She's experienced. And she's kind of basically a hunter, whether it's man or animal. She will get you and get paid for it. So that's Mombi's gist. I will be carefully studying her character sheet while others do other things, because that's where I'm at. But that's okay. There's always somebody's got to be that player, And actually, Matt, before we launch into the adventure, a few interesting things came up as people were introducing their characters. Now, It does sound like from our descriptions as if there are classes, but if I understand correctly, there actually isn't really a class system, is there? There's origins, but
origins more so function as a starting package. As I've said on a few other interviews, I was kind of inspired by Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Elden Ring, where you kind of you get that starting package, but you're not. You don't have to hew to that thing the whole time. You don't have to have prerequisites and all this jazz, right? It's like you get your starting bit and then you progress however you want, which is the way that Conan would do it, right? There's not a lot of Conan has done. To be honest, it's absurd to me that we have had Conan role-playing games in the past that have had classes. If any character lends itself to a system that does not have a class, it is this one, where Conan is a jack of all trades, master of most,
Yeah, no, I remember reading like Dragon magazine back in the day, like late 70s, early 80s, maybe, try to, make D&D versions of famous characters. And when they got to Conan, he just was like multi-classing across like 17 goddamn identities. And you're like, okay, sure. Like whatever you got to do to put this square peg into the round hole. Like he's not made for it. Yeah, as you say, career more than class. Okay, cool. So
just no fear at all, folks, about rule stuff or your knowledge or any such thing. I think rather than me introducing the sort of skeleton of the system, if it's fine with you guys, we can kind of just move into it. And then I can prompt you a little bit with like, if you want to do things, here are things that, tell me what you want to do. Here's how we do it. But yeah, I think you'll find it's pretty intuitive and not a lot of crazy heft on this by design.
All right. I'm going to switch us magically with my live stream technical skills to, oh no. I kicked everybody off stage somehow. No, how did that work? I was going to switch us to a different set I have that's all Conan graphics, and I thought I was so smart, and you guys are on a different stage. Oh, that's how that works. Okay, sorry, I'm learning. Let me see if I can move you. Okay, I see. I'll remove you all from the one stage and move you back to the other one. Sorry, folks. This will be worth it for a picture of Conan and the rulebook. This will totally be worth it. Oh my god. All right. And then if I add to stage. Yes. I'm learning how to do things. Okay, that's clunky. There's got to be a better way to do that. I'll figure it out.
Look at that. It's a nice green color.
Yeah, there we go. It's very important.
It's almost
a lot of green.
St. Patrick's Day, there's the Celtic sort of influence with Conan. Like it's all.
I love basically all that we can see is thews right now.
Yeah. Just a lot of thigh, like one hand.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only thing that'll keep me up past midnight.
Yeah.
Just look down and get woken up by those thieves. Yeah.
Here for it.
Oh my gosh, that's good thighs. Anyway, all right. So we're now starting the adventure, which I believe was called Thick Thighs. Or maybe
Thick Thighs.
Sorry.
It's an alliterative adventure of greased muscles and such.
Oh yeah.
Aren't they all?
Okay, so I mean, guys, if you want, we can just crack into it.
Hell yeah.
I'm down.
Okay. And yeah, like I say, zero pressure for people to know what the heck they're doing. We will work that out. And in fact, I am notorious for having a crappy short-term memory. I have designed this game, and there'll be moments where I go, "Wait, hold on, I got to check." and it's incredibly simple. And I have run this multiple times. It's the way it goes, man.
Oh, good dude. I mean, the
You
nice
got a
thing
handy
is
one-pager.
we're all friends.
Yes, the handy one pager. I actually didn't even look at it yet, but I love that there is one. Good job.
I have downloaded it.
Okay.
No, I should have done that.
Lana, you're better than we deserve. I'm sorry.
I know. I the whole thing again, and then I didn't.
In true ADD fashion, I've just got several printed sheets from several different documents stacked in a weird way beside me that I can then reference because that's just how I have to roll, I guess.
Hey, I just got out a clipboard.
Yeah, clipboard's
nice.
good.
You guys are all doing better than me. I've got my PDF. That's about it. I'm also very happy to see that I have a special skill called Pantherish, bringing me right into the Robbie Howard verb family. I'm here for it.
Oh man, I went deep on the
right.
skill descriptions. One of them is called Waterfront Fists, which is like that's not even a
Taylor
Conan
Swift
reference.
again.
Yeah, deep cuts.
Yeah.
Okay, so team. Okay, what do we've got? So okay, good. You guys have Molly and Christopher. If you can put your character's name as your subtitle, do so. If you can't,
I'll do that
no
too.
stressing it. I will just refer to you as your actual name.
It's not hard, guys. Just go to your thumbnail below the main screen. You'll see edit name and headline. Headline is the second bit of text, and you can put your character name there.
So Oliver's character's name is Ness Editor.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah, my character also edits a magazine. It's very metatextual. All right. We've got Angus Burger. We've got Dave Rowe the Sorcerer, Houndsy the Thief, and good run. Molly, I am always rooting for my fellow players to live and to thrive, but I'm kind of hoping for you to die in this one, just so we can say, well, she had a good run. Anyway.
I'm sorry, I have to go. That was my cue to leave. I didn't know this was like the Hyborian age, but
yeah,
that's why my character had to leave her people, because they were like, "Get out!" The dad jokes have to, we can't tolerate you. To the wheel of pain.
We're actually in pun hell. We're all dead.
Yeah.
We'll fight our way out of pun hell.
All right. So, if we're doing puns, and let's do a cliche as well. This thing starts in a tavern. Okay.
Oh hell yeah!
As I described Oliver ahead of time, somewhat intentional, but that's only because one of the most famous Conan stories starts just that way. And yes, it has become a cliche, but whatever. We're doing it, and it's an RPG, so we can. Yeah. Okay, guys. So, all right. I'm actually going to read you just give you a little look under the hood. Now, if folks at home, you can download this quick start. It is available to all of you. With this game, we basically break adventures up into something called tales. And when you complete a tale, you also get experience points, and then those can be spent on upgrading your character. You are the weapon. You don't get magic weapons per se. This is about you having a career with your character. So you begin in a tavern, and you're sort of reveling in the mirth after crushing your enemies as mercenaries. And you're, I think what we say here is, I put in some suggestions for the GM of where you might place this tale. Would be Zamora, Zambula, or Shadazar. Really, it can be any place where there could be sellswords, a tavern, and a nearby something. So let's say you are in Zambula, somewhere nearby. You are at a little outpost. There's been these border wars, and you are essentially in a pop-up tavern almost. It's been there for a little while to basically feed mercenaries and give them drink and other pleasures, etc.
Right.
So I start with a tiny little read aloud, and then it'll be up to you to kind of see what you want to do. The air of the Brazen Buzzard is thick and purpled with smoke. At this late hour, most patrons slump in their chairs or squat in the alley outside, emptying their guts. A few snickering rogues toss dice in a corner. But after long days battling on the border, most of these sellswords arrived weary, spent all their earnings, and now barely cling to consciousness. And then there's Radon, your brother in arms, who sits erect, gnawing at an hours-old joint of beef. He leans in, licks his lips, and whispers, "I've been meaning to propose you all something that might prove more lucrative than sword selling. What say you? Fancy risking your hide for more coin than you could spend on a prince's ransom?" So, classic dude. You know this guy. You have fought alongside him, and the wars are winding down. And he's like, you know what? I know something you don't know, and you can make some quick cash. What do you say?
Are you going to be participating in this venture?
He says, funny you should ask. I would, and I can give you exact coordinates. But as some of you may have seen, he points at his leg. It's all bandaged up, blood-stained. He took an arrow to the knee.
He took an arrow to the knee.
No, I'm not kidding.
Oh, dear.
He says, you know, I can't make the journey, but if you split some of what you get with me, we're good. I will tell you this. There's only one other guy who knows what I know, and he died last night.
Did we see this wound happen? I mean,
no, but you talked to someone who did.
Okay.
Well, my
What-
coin pouch is empty,
Anthony.
so I'm down for mo money. How about y'all?
What manner
says-
of method
He
is
says,
this?
like, I will let you know these things, but like once I start talking about this, we're in a verbal contract, and he's got other guys. He's got other guys too, but Radon is like he's a little higher. He's a little higher on the pecking order than you in that he's got his own sort of bodyguards and stuff as well, but he keeps them close by. He's got I wouldn't say bodyguards, but he's got faithful followers. He's you know, you guys know he's not really to be effed with. You're kind of small potatoes at this point, but you also know, I mean, this is a guy who he wears jewelry. He's a seeker of wealth, but also a badass fighter from what you've seen.
Well,
So he
so
says,
am
you let me know. It's fine. There's other things we can do. There's other things I can do. I can send others on this mission, but you know, he's like, you guys are proving yourselves fine.
you can't provide any more details at all than what you've done without us agreeing to do it.
Oh, I can, but I can't tell you where. I can just say there's a lot of ruins in this place. And a lot of them are been known and plundered, but not this one.
Mombi leans over to Angus and whispers in his ear, "You say this like we have options? I don't know about you, but I would like to sleep under a roof tonight rather than the stars. Let's just see what happens and trust our skills to carry us through."
What's wrong with sleeping under the stars?
Well, it's not
The
bad
stars
in nature.
cannot be trusted.
I grew up sleeping under the stars. I feel really comfortable under the roof right now.
Yeah, Angus, did you just hear what Javor said? I don't know, man. I'm curious what she's got ideas about stars, and I think we should listen.
Okay.
I think this is an acceptable offer. I'm intrigued by what you have to say.
Okay.
I too. Hansi of the empty pouch also is intrigued. Or I would like to fill my pouch.
He's like, all right, you just need to split things with old Radon here, and that'll be that. If you deceive
Definitely.
me, you deceive me.
90-10.
But I'm more known than you, and anyways, he doesn't.
You can do it for the exposure.
He
What
stops short.
exposure?
He stops short of making any kind of threat. He's like, I think he realizes that you guys are the ones capable of sort of cracking into this place, and that he stands to gain, but so do you. And he also seems to think it's not an overly dangerous mission, just not one he can physically do.
So does he have like coordinates or something? Is there a map?
Okay, so you guys start talking about it, and what he basically reveals to you is that a recent earthquake followed by a sizable sandstorm in the southeast has unearthed an ancient ruin the topmost portion of which seems to be a dome. And at its center is a tiny aperture, which is a seal, where a capable thief might gain entrance. What lies inside? Gold, jewels, relics. The mind reels with possibilities. He certainly can't go diving into caves and things with his wound. But yeah, he says he one other guy knew who was going to do it, but he's died. And he just wants a share of that wealth. So he says he can essentially he can tell you what you need to know, the direction to go in, and how to spot it.
Okay.
Wait, Radon can, or the other guy can?
Radon can,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, okay. He says, you could leave now, of course, but morning might be better. It is a significant journey to the ruin. What am I saying? It's a 2-day journey, in fact.
You know, we might be well off with horses. Could you supply us with horses?
He says, good luck prying them from the hands of the few that still have them. He's like, the sellsword work, the mercenary work took a toll. There's not many to go around. He's saying two-day journey on foot.
It's not so bad.
No.
Yeah.
And over the table information is what I will say. Since this is a single session, there's an aspect of this that I can kind of truncate so we can actually finish this thing tonight. So the 2-day journey is more of a opportunity to add in some other things to prolong the session. But I think we will probably skip for that for the sake of brevity.
Okay.
Sounds good. We can do we'll do it smash cut at the ruins.
Okay.
Well, that was an eventful journey, you guys.
My bones are so tired.
Yeah.
I feel like we
Someone
all
invented-
learned a lot about ourselves and each
Oh,
other.
that one guy
Yeah.
that stopped us with the hat. I've never seen a hat.
Yeah.
He was a
Cool
rogue
hat,
of
huh?
many hats, I would say.
I feel like our bond has only been strengthened by this time we have spent together.
Yeah, exactly.
Gudrun got divorced in the meantime. She got married. I officiated.
Oh, it was wild.
So I will say that on the journey, relatively uneventful. You did see, your head kind of has to be on a swivel in these areas where there's a lot of cutthroats, dangerous fauna. But you're just seeing a lot of almost caravans of folks going in different directions, spreading out from like the war-torn areas into, wherever the hell else they're going to ply their trade. But nothing really gets, nothing too close, and you manage to avoid any sort of crappy encounters. Now, let me check here. Yeah, okay. So what you're looking for, 2 days to the southeast, you're going to come to a point where the land flattens and then comes to a drop. So within that, there'll be a few little hills, etc. But you will be able to spot the drop off. And when you do, that's when you're going to be looking at the horizon for, it's like, it's almost like a boob in that it's like a slight curve and then the little plug on the top.
Oh, yeah.
Which should be sort of overlooking the drop off.
Right.
For the record, in my notes, it does not describe it as a sort of boob, but
No. Are you sure?
I'm sure. I didn't say the hills are
Didn't say like the cup
remember
size
that from
or
the
anything like that.
boobily in the distance. No, none of that.
H. Rider Hager used to do that.
Yeah,
The
I'm
hills
sure.
have eyes, huh? Yeah.
The hills have nips. Okay.
Anyway.
So, we can get to the point where you guys kind of, as the land sort of swoops down, you come to that point and you see that kind of crest overlooking the hills, and you're like, God damn, I think this is it. Maybe give me, okay, so let's actually try out some skills here. We can do a sort of perception check. So you're going to want to take your edge die. So if you look on your sheet, you have might, edge, grit, and wits. For edge is sort of could not find a better name for it. Combination of manual dexterity, perception, situational awareness, and your ability to like your ballistic skills, basically. So with your edge, you have a value and you have a die. The die is what you're going to roll. So for you, it will be a D6, and then you will add your value to whatever that roll is. But wait, you're going to always, with almost every roll that you make in this game, you're going to roll your flex die as well, which is a D10 by default. Now listen carefully. That D10 die only matters if you score a 10. If it doesn't score a 10, completely disregard that die. If it does score a 10, you're basically getting a little meta currency to add. Okay?
Does it cost like stamina points or life points or anything?
Nope, costs you nothing. All you're doing right now is anyone who wants to have a quick or a good scan of the horizon, roll your edge die, add your value, and then just roll your that thing, the
Flex die.
the D10. Sorry.
I've rolled a
So I was
mere
being dummy. I
one.
thought I had a full set of dice. I only have a D20. I'll be right back.
Wow.
So
Wow.
that's only a 4 from me total.
Okay. 4 total. You're just like, it's a really sandy, a lot of
It's
sand blowing.
real sunny today. I should
Yeah.
have brought my darker glasses.
Yeah, you're like the.
Why didn't I take the
over-
hat from that rogue we met along the way? At least it would have given me some eye shade.
Mm.
Oh well.
Sorry, folks. I
Hey,
thought I had all my
guys.
dice. I did not.
I rolled a 1, so I have a 5. I think is my amazing score here.
Okay, 5 total. No one rolled a 10 on their flex die.
I did not.
I did not.
No.
I have a 9 in total.
Okay.
Someone's eyes are open.
Okay, Oliver, you got a 9. That's interesting. Christopher, what you got?
I'm using this online dice thing because I don't have any dice, but
Oh yeah.
on the 1d6 plus 4, I got 5. No. Total of I could roll a 1 on the die if that makes any difference.
Man, we all rolled ones. What
Yeah.
the hell?
Plus
And
4
yeah.
equals 5, and I did not roll a 10 on the d10.
Actually, 1 does matter. 1 is auto fail.
Oh, nuts. Seriously?
I stubbed my toe.
Unless that's
Your eyeballs
pistol.
fall out slightly.
Hand blew in my eyes.
I
That
bumped
said-
against the
I
booth.
saw a bird.
Yeah. One of the things you can do in this game, though, is you can spend your stamina points, which is this other situation that's attached to your grit stat. So if you spend 1, you could effectively add 1d4 to boost your roll. I think that's what it is, 1d4. But I wouldn't
feels like a lot
I wouldn't
more
recommend it
very
for this
good
one
roll.
just yet.
Yeah.
It's
This
not a
pretty
crucial
inconsequential
thing.
one, yeah.
Yeah, stamina.
You can increase the value of a check by 1 or 2.
Yeah, 1 or
you can
2, that's
only
right.
increase damage rolled by 1d4.
Correct. That's it. Yep. So
Cool,
okay.
1 page.
What's my I know, yay. What's what's the highest score then? Is it Oliver's 9?
I
Yeah.
think it's Oliver's 9, yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh shoot, I lost my page.
The trick is getting your dice from the other room. Anyway, sorry.
Okay, so as you're scanning this, let's say actually, in fact, you're a little closer because I'm not going to make you do a separate roll for all this. So we will do this for your. Oh shit! No, that's not right. Okay, so yeah, Oliver, you notice this is indeed the dome. Okay, it is not germane to the surroundings. This is a construct. You can tell that the cliff drops off relatively or quite sheer, and that there's 2 other sort of big banks that look like they could be part of the structure, but time and weathering has basically scoured that. You can't tell necessarily if they're natural formations, but it looks a bit like this could be part of another complex going on here, or the same one. So you're looking at, the spot you're looking for, but everything else is a little like, ooh, maybe this thing is big, and maybe there's even other ways.
It's more than we were told, but I have spotted the at least roughly where the aperture is that we could crawl.
You're absolutely certain of that, and around it you see nothing but rock, scrub, the odd desert bird.
All right, so I turn to everybody else and go, well, my keen hunter's eyes tell me the aperture is that away, and I point. Sorry, I was kind of Chris Claremont dialogue. My ability tells me this. But yes, I say, I gesture towards the aperture, and I say, follow me, and I start, crouching, leading down towards it.
Okay.
I follow.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are kind of, very like, what the heck, keeping a good eye on things. It's a lonely desert at this point. So you're approaching this thing, and as you get close, we're actually going to do a wits check. So everyone can see that this is how big do I say this thing is?
Right.
It is mostly buried. Oh yeah, I'm not going to say that until. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Essentially, yes. Very much a dome, not a natural shape, and the top of which there is a seal, like a little plug that kind of, like, really, I don't know how to describe it other than a little nip. It's a little nipple.
Okay.
A toque.
From where
Come on,
you
man.
are.
We're Canadian. It's a toque with a little bobble on
It could be a toque. Yeah. It's less fuzzy than that. Okay, so yes, do a wits check. So that's just going to be your same as last time, and don't forget to roll your D10 flex die in case you roll that magic 10.
I got ahead of myself and rolled. Sorry, one.
Yeah, go ahead.
8.
Ooh, 8 is good.
I
9.
have a 7.
8, 7, 9.
9
Anything
also.
higher?
I
Okay.
got 5 and I got a 7 on the D10. So
Okay. So one thing, and I'll just say this as collectively because you guys can share notes, what have you. You notice it's strange that this dome isn't really weathered, or it doesn't look old. It almost looks freaking like very fresh. Now, apparently an earthquake or a sandstorm just recently unearthed it, but even then, if it was buried, at a certain, it just seems very strange how preserved this is. You kind of, anyone who got sort of an eight at least, it kind of occurs to you that this must have been buried shortly after it was constructed. So it's like, why would someone create this elaborate thing and then quickly bury it? And on top, it has, everyone can see these glyphs, etc., written onto it. But anyone who did an 8 or above can tell they look sort of like Stygian glyphs.
Am I able to read them?
Well, let's make a wits check for that.
Okay. Do I need to use the spell for comprehending stuff? That's for animals, though, right?
Yeah, I think yours is, so that won't work on that. But you can, you can make a wits check and try your best. If you roll real high, I'll give you something.
Yeah, it says those who remember the ancient language. So unless this is an ancient language, then...
Yeah, no, this is, yours is more Jabal Sag, which is
exactly.
The language of beasts.
Wits it is. Let's see what we got here.
Okay.
Can I assist her?
Oh, can I be assisted in this?
I
that's
don't
Stygian.
see why not. Yeah, you could do that.
Okay.
What is my assist roll? You just get a +1 or something?
I think it's just you decide if it's a +1 through a +3 kind of thing.
Yeah, that's right.
This feels like a +1. I don't know how much more, unless Hansi is.
Hansi, yeah, I'll give you a +2. Why not?
All right. Well, that actually puts me at an 11. So.
Ooh. That's actually the magic number.
Oh,
Hey, well done.
heck
man.
yeah! High five. Teamwork
oh,
makes the dream work.
You notice these symbols are not actually Stygian; they are Acheronian, which
Oh.
is as you know, a lost culture of debauched sorcerers.
Ooh.
While
Right
it
on the other
might
hand.
it might hint at sort of danger in the sense that they are the Acheronians are seen as like, you know, a fallen civilization who did some real evil shit. It also speaks to potential wealth, like they were a powerful civilization, and so whatever's in there, Radon might be right. There's value beneath your feet. There's gold in them domes, as it were.
All right.
This augurs ill for us, but also very good. Beware,
So it
friends.
averages out, I say.
Well, those of us who live will no doubt have a lot of money to buy a bed with. I will get a very soft one this time. I look forward to this.
I want to get
A
a
bed,
mule.
a horse. What else
Okay.
could you possibly lust after in this world?
Horses
that's
are
what I'll
too
use.
gamey. I don't need a horse.
Hush
We're eating
your
horses
mouth,
now. What is
boy.
going on here?
No. An animal
So I
plan.
guess at this point, folks, you have to decide. Like the seal looks like that's what Radon said is your way in, so you can get close to that, inspect that, however you want to work it. But yeah, up to you.
I
How
will.
far above us is the seal? Like,
So you can essentially walk. So this dome is like if this is the ground. Oh, sorry. The dome just kind of juts up like this, right?
okay.
So it's
So-
not fixed that steeply.
That's right. You can walk up. It's like I was about to do a Halifax reference and no one understand. But it's like, yeah, you can scramble up there no problem and reach whatever the seal is. That's the thing you can't really see very well from where you are. You just know it's there.
Okay, so there's
Okay.
no need for like assistance because I was going to
Nope.
start
Don't
Taking
need to
out
do a
my
check to climb or anything.
climbing
here.
tools. Yeah, okay.
All right.
Oh,
Unless
oh,
anybody
I
grabs.
read it.
Sorry, Molly. Go
Sorry,
ahead.
who was that? Molly?
Oh yeah, I said I mean, I feel like Gudrun would like just start like tick 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 like
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mommy does
I would
the same
I would
thing.
like comically hide behind Gudrun because like I would crouch very low.
Which is great because I'm beside her and I'm like taller, presumably, from what we've described. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, she's a smaller lamppost. All right, Angus and Davor, what are you guys? Are you following us in the rear, or what are you up to?
I'll follow up in the rear.
All right.
Definitely kind of toddling forward with my staff, using it as a walking stick.
Wait, does Doubter have a wolf?
Not right
Like-
now, no. The wolf is a summon, essentially.
Okay,
so.
right, okay.
Yeah. I've
It-
done the sorcery, and this is very sort of abstract and underdescribed on purpose because, well, it kind of tends to be in a lot of the stories too, right? You get the effects, but how does it actually work? You know, who knows? But I leave a lot of that to the GMs, right? If the GM is like, well, you're stuck in the middle of the ocean, no, you can't summon a wolf. Or maybe you can if the GM is like, I don't know, it's a magic wolf. Like, I kind
Sea
of leave
wolf.
that. Yeah, sea
There we
wolf.
go.
Yeah, exactly.
Just imagine like a wolf on a jet ski.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
I smell
It's cottage
trouble.
country.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna ask, who's going up first to look at this thing?
I think I volunteered to search up there like an idiot. Like,
Okay.
Like a brave
Well-
warrior.
oh yeah, You're
I'm
right.
right up alongside you,
Yeah,
Molly. So
let's
you
go.
and I both
Check it
are
out.
having the same brainwave.
Okay. Okay, you go up and you see this thing. It is circular. It is some old, what did I say? What kind of metal? It's like an old copper or iron, perhaps. And you know what? Actually, do a wits check again. Anyone who's kind of giving it a real good look over.
Oh, nice. Sorry, I rolled a 6 on my d6, so that's a 10
Okay.
from me.
I'm like, that sure is a seal.
Okay.
You had a one
So-
too, huh?
Yeah, Oliver, it looks to you like this thing is almost like a crank. So you would just and then lift. That's your
Okay.
impression.
I sort of gestured to Gudrun, describing what you described, and like, hey, get in there, give me a hand, and
All
we
right.
start
Yeah,
going to lift
sure.
the thing.
And what did
I'll
you?
touch it.
What was your total roll, Oliver?
10.
I mean, Miambi. 10. Yeah, you also are pretty confident this doesn't seem to be trapped. Like, you don't see anything that looks sus.
Oh, good, because I didn't think about that shit at all. So that worked
Yeah.
out. All right.
I was like, if it's cursed, I touched it. So like,
Just walking into the tombs or whatever.
You haven't read the
Yeah,
elephant
we're-
story?
we're
Come on,
shopping.
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Okay, so you crank this thing open or what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
absolutely.
So you give it a crank a couple times, and then you can sort of just lift it up, and it kind of just rests on its side. And then down below is, well, it's pretty dark, other than what the I don't think we established time of day. Let's say it is probably 4 in the afternoon or so. So you can kind of get a little bit of a glimpse on the interior, and it looks to be about 20 feet down.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's about right.
Um,
Now, other things. Now, I don't know what your character sheets say, but this is also a game where we don't get too precious about, which gear did you decide to have? Like, Conan tends to have the things that he needs, for that sort of stuff. He doesn't get held up. I don't have a, Anyways, torch,
50
ropes,
feet of rope.
you
I
got
was
them.
gonna say,
Yeah.
drop a torch in, see what we see.
Yep, you can do that if you like.
Right.
I absolutely do that.
Okay.
Let a professional handle this, you guys.
Yeah, I mean, seriously.
Professional workers.
Okay, so you're just dropping the torch. You're not going to repel at this point.
I'm dropping the torch first and see what I'm repelling into.
Okay, so the torch. Is the torch on a rope? Or you're just dropping the torch.
Like in Raiders of the Lost Ark, like and
Okay. So you drop the torch. It pings off of what looks like a second dome directly below it, and then it kind of rolls off down. And what you really are seeing is it looks like a second seal, and you can't see as far around the kind of perimeter around it, but there's definitely more room that you cannot see, and the dome also you can see more symbols, etc. in it. And then but this one you see a length of chain crossing from one side in an X over each bit. Oh, and
We
shit,
drop
you
a
guys.
rope down there.
Sorry, you guys did make a decent roll for your language check too, and I didn't tell you
Oh yeah, what does it say?
what it meant or said. Now, that's the thing. You can't really tell what it says. You can tell it's Acaronian, and it sounds like it's almost like a song or a legend about a god, and that's all you can really discern.
Is the name of the god present, or just like it seems like it's like written with a capital letter or something?
Yeah, like not pronounceable. You're like, what is that? It's almost like just taking language cues and context clues. You're like, this is something that is powerful or deified, that is either worshipped or feared or both.
Well, let's let it out. Go.
What could possibly go wrong? I looked down inside at what Matt described and like, it seems like a toque inside a toque. That's a hat from
It
where
is.
I come
It's double
from.
toque. Very Canadian.
Yeah, the Troishka toque. Yeah.
If I tie off a rope on the seal that is open with the crank and everything, I'll be using the half hitch of the hill people for the knot. And if I drop the knit rope straight in, does it hit either of the chains, or can we climb down without touching one of the chains?
So the chains are like, if you go directly below, you've got the dome here, right? So you would be like, hey, I'm coming in and resting on the dome. The chains are just kind of doing this across it. So they're almost stretched. They're stretched over it kind of like and pulled tight. So you can avoid, you don't have to touch the chains at all. If you kind of lower yourself down, you don't need to touch it. But
That's what I'm doing.
The actual dome itself, you would be hard pressed not to set down on that. You'd have to kind of do a.
Whoa!
I'm aiming to stand on the top of this.
Okay. So do you lower yourself down?
Yes.
Okay. This is also a game of Mighty Thews, and to simply climb down a rope, we are not making checks for that, because who the hell in a Conan story would have to do that, really? Now, maybe if it was raining or something, then that's different. Okay. So we've got another little read aloud here.
Down.
You follow. Okay. So this will just, I guess, be aimed at Angus. So your firelight illuminates only a portion of this circular, high-ceilinged chamber. The ground beneath your feet is a mix of cracked sandstone tiles and natural earth. The walls stretch up to form the dome overhead. At the center of the room, lining up directly below the aperture from which you entered, lies a large, perhaps 30 feet in diameter, portal lid. So that's the dome. Its surface etched with ominous figures and horrifying creatures, seemingly conjured from the nightmares of an ancient civilization. Heavy chains stretch across this, crisscross to form an X. It's as foreboding a warning as you've ever seen. A chamber that once led north has collapsed and remains impassable. A doorless arch on the eastern side of the room leads to a deeper passage. On the western side of the room stands a door of cold hammered copper. So, in summary, Angus touches down on this dome, which is stretched across with chains. There is a collapsed tunnel. There is, which just is clearly not passable. It used to be a passageway, but it has collapsed. To the east of that is copper door. And then there is one other passageway that is just open.
Come on down. It looks fine. Perfectly safe.
Okay. You guys decide what you want to do there. I'm going to just grab a drink and I will be right back. You decide.
Okay.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, I'll go down.
Hansi had slid down right after Angus, and I'm kind of taking stock of our three options. The open tunnel seems very suspicious, you guys.
Did he say there's a seal type thing on the top of this dome too?
I believe it's got the
as
chain.
well.
Yeah, there's a bunch of ominous figures and then chains that seem to be securing the dome in place, if I understood correctly. No?
Yeah,
like
there's
the dome in
definitely another demon
Florence.
inside.
Did everyone
the
come
copper
down, by
doors.
the way?
Yeah, I'm happy to just slide down. I don't think I need. Davor, your illustration is extremely hunched. He's like a snowball-shaped human being. So I don't know if you would need help getting down there.
I'm old, but I'm spry. I've done this before, young man. I know how to handle my old bones. You worry about your own bones. I've got enough bones here for myself.
Valerie, are you wearing a Gargoyles t-shirt?
I am. I'm wearing Goliath.
Hell yeah.
Angel of the night.
So let's put it this way: does anybody have any reason to not go down the rope? I think we're all going down. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I don't think it would be. I don't think my character would be like, we should leave someone to keep watch to make sure we don't get locked in there with them or anything. So I think we should.
We'll do the Blaze in the Dark flashback method later and be like, yeah, Davor stuck a stick in there so that it wouldn't close on us.
Yeah.
There's just shoved a rock in, so it's wedged open. So collapsed tunnel, unless we're gonna diggy hole. I don't think we're going that way. So it's copper door or open passage are our options.
I'm really intrigued by the copper door. Are there any markings
how cool
or
does
anything
the
on
copper door look? Does it look cool?
Let's see. What did I call that?
Ooh,
is there
forbidden.
a hammered picture of treasure and no monsters? What's the
Yeah, just the picture of like really happy
Macaronian
thieves,
inscription
like,
that
just-
says "No monsters here."
This one's great.
Do
well,
not enter.
so if you go have a close look at that door, is that what you're going to do?
Yeah, should we roll for?
I'll prompt you when that's necessary.
Cool.
Sorry to interrupt. I
Yeah,
still
go ahead.
don't understand whether the second dome has a aperture on the top of it.
It does not.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Wait, hold on. Let me double check that.
It's
No extra aperture. Let me see here.
so
Well, if we're all checking out the copper door, then Hansi is doing like a safecracker check on it.
So Angus, there is
Oh.
it is a second dome, and there is another lid, but it is not. It doesn't look like it's not like you crank it open and open it, right? It's sort of this. It's another sort of layer on top that looks like you could sort of just lift it, like this thing is openable, but it is chained.
got it. So the chains are securing the seal.
Yes.
Okay.
Now they are old, sort of rotted chains. It's not necessarily something you can't hack through, but your instincts are kind of telling you maybe I should look around first.
What are the chains secured to on the distal ends?
Basically, it looks like hoops bolted into the earth below.
Okay.
Okay, so the copper door.
Yeah.
Nothing too fancy, but on the perimeter of it, there are some glyphs. Now, this door looks like it's just got handles, like you could probably just reach out and pull this sucker open. But anyone who inspects this, you can make an edge or a wits check. So I would say whatever your higher stat is, if you want to be someone to have a look at this, you go for it.
Do we use the flex die for
Hell
this?
You always use that flex die.
Rolled a
Yes.
6, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Heck yeah.
A big, like, I think between us, that's a 12 though, right? So that's a really good roll. Like,
Well, yeah, no, I a 6 plus 6. I have a 6 wits, so it's a 12
wow.
for me. Yeah.
wow.
Okay, excellent. So you examine, so Valerie, you determine the glyphs and symbols on the door seem to be a warning. And you see too, there's these stones sort of hanging above it that don't look right. They're not part of the natural rock, and they look sort of retrofitted. So you can tell it is trapped. And you also can tell that it is, you understand it to be a trap where there is an overhead slab of brickwork that is set to fall as soon as that door is opened. And you also spot a wedge-shaped brick resting next to the door, which seems to have been crafted to fit in beneath that slab of bricks to lock them in place. So you could effectively use that to disarm the trap. Now, that in and of itself can be dangerous. So I have here, if the PC knows the door is trapped but doesn't know how to disarm it, you can set it off intentionally to avoid any damage. But since you kind of do know the nature of this trap, you can... One second here, sorry. So you can set this thing off without taking damage, but you do have to make an edge check.
I would
So
just
it-
like to remind everybody that danger is our business.
True.
Thank you for that. Sincerely.
Davor will
Now,
explain the function of the trap to the other people and then
Yes.
take 2 steps away.
yeah, whoever's got a good edge check, basically, should try and your idea here would be to like remove the brick and jump the hell out of the way.
The one
but
we've
also
already
she-
rolled.
Yeah. I think she would
Be
explain
a
the
new one.
warnings though, because like, do we want to necessarily open this door? Maybe we should check the other entry, the open passage first. I'm just gonna Davor
Well,
will
that
put that
sounds
on
like
the
a
table.
Hansi the thief situation. Hansi, how edgy are you feeling?
Oh, I'm always edging. That's my secret cap.
Half. Yeah. Oh dear.
No, but I believe I request from our GM that with Davor's assistance, I would get a +1, wouldn't I?
Sure.
I feel like the explanation of exactly how it works
Exactly,
should,
that's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I would even
Thank
give
you.
you a +2 for that.
Ooh.
Rolled a 6. I have a +1 to all edge checks and attacks, so that's a 7. +5 is 12.
yeah.
Unfortunately, I did not roll a 10 on my flex die, but a 12 is pretty good, right? Plus the 2 from
Oh yeah.
Valerie.
I'm just seeing the comment in the chat. Sorry, trying so hard not to make dirty jokes. Yeah, I know.
We're all
It's
very
just
dirty
funny,
right now. We came through a whole
I-
desert about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
We did all say we go down. So
Yeah.
Literally edging on
Go
a boob
down,
here, you guys.
edging.
Yeah, I was
Pushing
gonna say,
it
it's
behind.
funny that the audience is
You're
trying to
entering a
make dirty
boob,
jokes,
for
but-
God's sakes. There's a lot.
or 2. I don't think any of us are really trying hard, so go hog wild in the chat, folks. But yeah, anyway.
I've never been at an
So, Luana,
RPG
that-
table where this hasn't happened. So,
Well.
Yeah, so Luana, you got a 12 or 13 on edging. What was that?
yeah. So
Okay.
you
14
basically
with some help from Dave.
Oh my God, yeah. You basically spring in, pluck the thing out, and do like a backflip out of the way, and this huge slab crushes down, and nobody is hurt because everyone was smart enough to not be in the way.
I do my
So-
backflip over Gudrun.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Molly. You're going to be the butt of short jokes.
That's okay.
And then essentially, yeah, the door, you can just kind of open it up, which I assume you do. One of you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The door
What
opens.
was all the warnings on it? I want to know what they were warning me
There you
about.
go.
Well, you're. But maybe they were just warning you about the trap, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Makes
Probably
sense.
just all it was, yeah.
Or about what I'm about to describe. I don't know. It could be anything. Just kidding. Or am I? I don't know. So the door opens to another large room where a heaving of the earth has left its mark. Much of the roof has collapsed, but a portion of the chamber remains free of rubble. A stone dais sits partially covered by rubble, half of it shattered and strewn across the floor. Within this heap is a silver chest about as big as a loaf of bread.
Hmm.
Ooh.
So again, this whole place, like you can tell, like the earthquake story was not bullshitting, right? Like
Mhm.
this place is a wreck and things are just not accessible because it's, again, I put a little bit of Howard's cataclysmic themes in here, you guys.
Okay. Since we're doing Howard, I'll look up and see if there's a giant spider.
There is not a giant spider.
I would like
Alright,
to
who wants to check
sense
this thing out?
sorcery.
So
Is that a skill you have?
yeah, you can
Yeah.
let me see here.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. There's a specific thing I need to do to be able to. It's because I have access to this list of white magic inherent spells, but I'm trying to determine whether I have to have anything special.
Well, I would say like any of those skills you can apply as needed, and
Okay.
I, as the GM, will be, I'll kind of govern that.
Yeah.
So if you want to give this chest an ocular pat down, go for it.
It looks even better. Like I actually do have to touch this apparently,
Mhm.
so that's
I would
gonna be
say-
fun.
You can give it a wits, or I think a wits, or again, like the door, a wits or an edge check. In this case, it's kind of like, whatever you're looking for can depend. But go ahead.
That's a fail. It's a 1.
Okay, but did you roll your flex die?
I did, and it did not roll a 10 on that one. Sorry.
Just a note on the flex die. It's one of those things where it's like, oh, it only activates if it's 10.
Yeah.
Which usually every session it's going to activate at least once for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But it is also a dice that you can improve over time. So as you progress through the game, you can knock that dice down. You could end up rolling a d6 for it. So your
Nice.
chances go up and then the way you can spend that, well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. This just looks like things have been shattered in this room, and
Yeah. Devor holds her hands up and kind of mumbles to herself. It's like, I don't know.
so it's kind of like, what do you want to do there? I mean, you can bat it or frig around with it. Like there's other things, but it doesn't strike you as particularly menacing. The door itself was locked. This thing almost wants you to touch it.
I got it.
Are there
Okay.
instructions on it or something?
Angus
That's
picks
what it
this thing
was.
up. It is, you open it up and inside is a dagger. And this dagger is ornately carved from some metal you've never touched. Its hilt has been deftly engraved and features jade, gold, and rubies. Its pommel is shaped into a toothy, devouring maw, as if a creature is eating the dagger from the bottom up. Its guard and haft are shaped to resemble a secondary knife plunging into the creature's mouth. It is as if the weapon is attacking itself.
Nice.
Free weapon.
Cool.
Cool.
Actually, I already have a dagger, so
Yeah, but
Can
you
I
have
have
this
it?
dagger? All right.
No, I just sincerely ask Angus, can I have it?
can you have the jeweled one?
Yeah, you said you already had a dagger, so I like new stuff.
Sure, but I think that the more fair thing would be to strip it for parts, sell them, and split the money among us.
Yeah, but let me keep
Later.
it until we reach a fence.
Okay, hand it over to
Hansi.
Hansi.
You guys are
Thanks, buddy.
peers
Sounds
in
like a
arms.
Hansi scheme.
Oh, shit.
Damn, I should have come up with that.
Molly didn't even react to that. She was
I was drawing a cool picture of a dagger, and
Oh,
that
okay,
I was spending my time. So I chuckled internally.
Okay, so you got this thing. There's really little else in there. You can scrounge up a few little trinkets, shattered cups, bits of gold, and actually a few bits of silver and stuff like that. So there's actually there's a few things scattered around in all of this mess. So when this dais would have shattered or whatever, this room kind of collapsed. A few things. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So you can all get, you can fill your pouches with a little bit to get you a few nights of luxury.
Oh, hell yeah.
Push aside my baby kangaroo and fill my pouch with gold coins. Yeah.
There you go. Perfect. Okay, and that's it for that room, basically. So you now have either the seal itself with the chains, or you have that wide open passageway.
I'm kind of curious about that passageway.
Yeah.
I
I think that's smart. I don't want anything that would come down that passage to
right?
not have been dealt with before we open the seal on the clearly
Right.
not to be open
Not
dome
leaving
of
behind us. Yeah.
evil and hatred. So
That seems wise to this GM.
Yeah, Oliver the player wants to go for the demon door, but my character feels more sensible. So I'll agree that the opening is something to check out. And actually, my character has an ability that makes him a little more stealthy. So unless anybody else feels strongly about it, I'm willing to take the lead into the dark.
no, I'm loud, so I should be that person.
Yeah, I mean, scouting ahead is not splitting the party. So that's probably not a terrible decision. I mean, you can split the party. I'm just saying you don't ever do that.
Molly, do you mean you're loud as in you're not going, or you're loud as in you're charging in?
No, I'm loud in general, so I shouldn't be the one to scout ahead.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
I'm doing it anyways.
So
Okay, so Oliver, you're gonna sneak ahead.
Yeah. I'll move forward, perhaps in a manner one could describe as pantherish. Although I will not spend one stamina point, as it says on my character sheet for that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna stealthily, as you will, move forward through the shadows and see what I can suss out.
Okay.
Night vision kicks in.
You take a peek, move on in. The eastern passage yawns open, leading to a long hall, perhaps 10 feet wide, 10 feet high. The walls have been carved from natural stone, mixed in some portions with orange sandstone brickwork. After approximately 40 feet, the hallway ends at a cave-in. Whatever chamber might lie beyond are inaccessible. But a fissure riven into the wall is wide enough for a character to squeeze through. Beyond this is a passage made from the natural cave system sloping down. So You kind of arrive at a cave-in, but there is a sort of crack riven into this that a person could slide through.
I could check out whatever chamber might lie on. Okay, I'm gonna try and sneak through that.
Okay. So are you gonna report back? You just going?
I'm just gonna give her. I'm just gonna give her. I'm a lone wolf, panther, whatever. Let's go for it.
Okay. So
What
you
is it,
sort of
Keith?
squeeze on through, and it leads you to another large chamber. Its original access point long buried. So this other chamber that you're into would have had another way in that has collapsed.
Door, but that's been
But yeah, you basically made your way through this crack. A series of holes and other cracks leach fresh air, but are far too small for you to pass through. And from here, there seems no viable way to access the outdoors or any other portion of the subterranean structure.
Before I decide my next action, because I don't want to hog the spotlight here, but one thing before I try and pass the torch a little bit here, can I spend a turn maybe examining to see, well, is there any reason to stay in here, right? It seems like a dead end.
Sure.
If there's no point of interest, then fuck it, I'll go back to the gang and tell them as such, but if there is a point of interest, I'll call back to them and say, hey, come on, let's check out this thing.
Okay, so you start kind of poking around, seeing what's what, checking, because everything is still pretty dark. And you're looking to see if there's any way you can scratch in or out. Again, any kind of other exit or entrance to push through. And at this point, I'm going to ask you to make an edge check.
Okay.
And don't forget your flex.
I don't think this is a stealth check, and I have this ability. Yeah, it maybe to check.
It's more of a perception check.
Yeah. Okay. So bugger. All right. I'll just roll straight then. I got a 7.
Okay. So you notice a scratching and or clicking sound, and you cannot tell where it's coming from, but it keeps going.
Is that good? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna.
Not the good kind of clicking or scratching, if that helps.
Shit. Okay. So I'm just gonna as best I can. You tell me how well this goes, but as best I can, sort of back up towards the point where I came through, and just if I can, sort of almost ass first, push myself through that crack to go back once I can.
So as you hear it and you start to turn tail, we're rolling initiative.
Oh dear. All right.
Okay. So I will let's just do a little orientation as to where we all are. So since Oliver plowed ahead, yeah, I know,
Poor
plowed.
Or no, I wasn't even laughing at that. I was just like, poor Oliver. But I guess we can laugh at that.
Yeah, we can. Everything's funny, isn't it? A little bit in some way. Okay, so
yeah, I know
let me see. Okay.
This is an RPG table. It's no place for jokes.
And certainly not
100 XP for Liveron. I was really pleased with that.
It was something. Okay, so to make a initiative, to determine initiative, we do our edge check, which is just our roll your edge die and add your edge stack to it. I'm actually going to get everyone to do it now, and I am going to judge that everyone except for Oliver you're going to have to spend your turn to get to where he is, if that's what you choose to do. So for me, okay, let me just do this here. Okay. Who's first? Oliver, why don't you give me what you got? And don't forget your oh shit.
That's
a good
hey.
I don't remember if
I got my flex die.
Oh, you did. This is where I was like, shit, I have to double check if we do flex die for initiative. And the answer is tonight. Don't. You don't do it?
Okay.
I was going to let him have it.
Sorry.
Oh.
Luana, is that in your notes? It says don't do it?
I didn't put it in the one pager, but I remember that is one of the rare instances that there's no flex die.
That's why it's going in my head. But Oliver, I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to pretend it's for one of the other ones because I don't want to waste a good flex.
Phew.
So you can take that and you can take that and you can add it.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke. Sorry, go on.
Just add add 1 to your stamina. And that's
right.
a gimme because your GM who wrote this game is too stupid to remember his own rules.
Nope.
We've all been there.
And thanks to Luana for the assist. So, what did you get for your initiative, sir?
So never mind the flex die. I got a total of 8.
Okay, 8. And all right, the rest of you, let's do one at a time.
I got a 6.
Molly got a 6.
Yes.
I got
Okay.
a 10.
5.
Sorry, say it again.
5.
5 for Christopher. And Luana, you got a 10?
Yes.
Okay. And
I
Valerie.
also got a 6. So that means that Molly and I get to decide each turn who goes first.
That
Apparently, yeah.
is correct.
You can trade off.
Now for Luana and I, we actually tied, which means Luana, you can spend a stamina, I think, to break that tie, if you so choose. Otherwise,
And I will, because I've got 4 left, and what else am I going to spend them on?
Yeah, spend that, and then I will put you at 11.
Hell yeah.
I'm not making that up, right? That rule did survive. I'm pretty sure it did.
Let me check what stamina spending does. Move an additional turn, increase value of a check by 1 or 2, increase damage, or do double massive damage. So let's say that this one falls under increase value of a check by 1.
Oh yeah, you could definitely do that. But I want to see.
I love how I shared this exact role that Matt's not looking.
Wait. Initiative.
We're all like outside of the chamber, right? Mombi's the
Yeah.
only one in the chamber.
Yeah, I snuck ahead and I was like, I'll deal with this. And then, oh no.
Yeah.
Clicky,
I do
buggy
feel like
sounds.
if you were gone for more than a second and I didn't hear for you, I feel like Goodrew would probably be like, are you okay in there? So like that might happen at some point. Like I would enjoy.
Yeah, sorry. So just a rules thing is yes. So Luana, however you do it, you could spend it. But yes, I did actually embed the rule that if you want to in a tie, you can choose to spend 1 to break the tie. And if you do not, then the enemy character goes first. So the initiative order will be Luana, me, Oliver, Valerie, Molly, and then Christopher. So Luana, you've got 2 rounds essentially where to sort of get into the area where whatever this thing is will be. So if you want to rush into Oliver's side, you can spend your actions to do that.
I will do that. And I'm fleet-footed, so I get to make 3 move actions in 1 turn rather than 2. So I suddenly pop up at Mombi's side. Got into some trouble, babe?
Oh dear.
Okay, you skirt into the room. Miambi's like, whoo, this is good. I got some help. And then it becomes my turn. And scorpions.
Oh, scorpions. Okay.
I
was like, what
why
are
did it
the
have to
villains
be
eating?
scorpions? Yeah.
Gotta be scorpions. So no spiders, but big ass scorpions. And I'm talking these things are like the size of like border collies.
Oh, okay.
Start ripping
like
into
the
the
good
room.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, through these through these.
They're good in size.
Do they seem friendly?
They are not. They are clickety clackety at you. And I will determine that. Let's just say, I think to be fair, most cannot reach you for an attack, but I'm going to make 2 able to reach you for an attack. 1 will attack Oliver, and 1 will attack Luana because they
don't do that.
Yeah. So yes.
Do they listen when she says that? Are they like, oh, our bad?
No. They click even harder.
They don't respect our wishes.
Like, does anyone have a dog and like linoleum floors, like fake hardwood?
You need it right now?
Yeah, it's like that. I mean, you all know what I'm saying when I say that, right?
Yeah.
I got a cat.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cats click too. They do some
I
clicks.
should get Polly in here before the live stream is over. Anyway, that was sorry.
Yeah,
go on.
Okay, so Oliver, this one's going to go for you. He's going to roll his might, which is this. Ooh. So he actually rolled in. I'm gendering the scorpion. The scorpion. He got an 8 for. So what is your physical defense?
Fucking hell. My physical defense is 6.
Okay, so he did in fact hit you with. Let's just do his pincer for now, and you are gonna take 7 damage, but you should have light armor.
I've got 38, so you know.
But you have
light armor.
I think all the characters have light armor.
No,
you do
not.
Do we really remove?
My character sheet has no armor. I'm.
Wait, what's your damage?
I'm definitely, as a sorcerer, very armor free. No thanks.
Yeah. Armor stipulations. Oh yeah, look at that.
I know that Gudrun has armor.
Okay. So you're just taking 7 damage then, dude.
I choose might for my origin bonus.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah, you've got a thing. That's right. It's fluid each time. Okay, so Oliver, you get nipped by a pincer, and then Luana, it's time to try defying scorpions. Yeah,
I'll do my best, Remedy.
Oh, Luana, I missed with a big fat 1. So you're good. So after that, we have Oliver. You get to go. So there's 2 scorpions that are within close distance to you, so you can attack. You can attack the ones that are right next to you, or if you want to use ranged combat, there are 4 others.
That's cool. I'm gonna definitely get the one that nipped me. Just let it have what for. So how does that work? Let's just pretend I read the rules.
Okay, so
but I want you to demonstrate.
What's your weapon?
My weapon is a spear.
Oh, you got a hunting spear. Okay, so you're going to make a might check. So you're going to roll your might die, which for you is a d6, and then you're going to add your 4 to it.
Okay, and flex.
Yeah, always roll that flex.
Okay. I wish I got the flex result, but no, I got a 3, so common 7 total.
Okay, so you hit, and now you're going to roll for damage, which for you is 1d8, and then add your might to it.
Okay, well then that means a total of 9 damage.
9 damage, and these things have a threshold of 7. Now, a threshold means if you meet it or beat it, it dies automatically. So it is dead. Now, if it didn't die, say you just damaged it, any subsequent hit would kill it. So this is my minion system.
I was going to say, this feels like how we can slash through a room of 10 goons, but without making it
but you will run into a goon that has life points like you do.
Yeah.
Not right now. Okay, you took 1 out. You can actually do, so in this game, you have basically 2 actions you can do by default. So in your case, I would say just attack again. Other options would be, like, you could go into defense mode, but honestly, your best bet in this game is to just kill until you can't.
Yeah, no, I'm going to try and shish kebab the other scorpion, the one I guess that's up on Hansi. So let's give it a whirl. I get a 6, unfortunately. So
you still hit.
Oh, okay, all right. Now do I roll? I roll for damage, I guess, like normal.
You do, and don't forget your flex.
And
with my, you were rolling flex for damage too. So just roll that.
My flex. I forgot my flex. Okay, so rolling now again.
Forgot the flex.
See, I was going for the roll of blood. I baited my boy, but anyway. The point is, I did 5 as my result. Pardon me.
5 damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so that one is hit but not killed.
All right. Those are my 2 actions, I guess.
Okay. After Oliver is so we have Valerie and Molly. You can go in whichever order pleases you.
I'll let Molly go because I'm not probably going to hit anything. So
yeah, I'll Gudrun will surge into the fissure to try to get in the room as quickly as possible.
Okay, so you get there, you kind of get close to where they are, but nothing close enough for you to attack.
Right.
Actually, you know what?
What?
I will allow it because they're coming in from various places.
Okay.
Yeah, there were some range attacks.
Yeah,
on
so I will
Frost,
say,
so, yeah.
you go ahead because some are farther away. So I'll let you get. You can use one of your attacks to attack a scorpion. Go for it.
Okay. I guess I will. In the spirit of sort of knowing I'm getting a gimme here, I will use my throwing axe to try to hit one that is further away from me when I get into the room.
Okay, cool.
So
with a throwing axe, what you're going to do is you're using your edge stat to throw it.
Great.
So that for you is a D6 plus 4.
Yeah. And I roll my
See you all good.
my die. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, always your flex.
Okay. I got a 10.
Okay, sick.
Yay.
You hit. Now you're going to roll your damage. So roll 1d6. Don't forget your flex. And you're going to actually add your...
damage?
Sorry, go ahead.
Is this melee damage?
So interestingly, it's just the damage of the weapon, but you're going to add your might stat to it because it's thrown.
Okay, I was asking about melee because I get +1 to all melee damage as my
So no, not this technically would not be melee, but you are going to add your 5 might to the damage. So 1d6 plus 5 is what you're doing. Thrown weapons are
that is a 6,
awesome.
so I do 11 damage to this.
Damn.
You kill the shit out of that scorpion.
This huge land lobster.
Okay, cool. And we will say it's not the one Oliver wounded.
It's I don't know. One of
we'll
the
say
ones that was
a
furthest
different
from me. Like,
Okay, cool. Valerie, what's up?
Yeah, I guess I will pull out my trusty bow and try to shoot at one of them.
Okay, cool.
My feeble muscles trembling.
Do it. Hold on one sec. I got to do one thing here.
Parenting. It gets the job done. All right. This is for this, is it edge stat is what I'm rolling, or
for your bow? Yeah. So your attack roll, you're adding your edge, and unlike, just for the record, melee attacks, you're not going to add your edge to your damage, because how hard you throw or whip a bow doesn't necessarily. Yeah. Anyways, you get it.
Okay.
And don't forget your flex.
Ooh. My die hit the floor. I'll grab another one. My flex die did not succeed though, so
okay,
no flexing
worries.
here.
No flexing.
Nope. And I rolled a 1, so.
Oh.
So yeah, 1 is a miss.
That's a nah.
Yeah, I would.
Do you want to crit this and I hit one of my allies? I would prefer not to, but I understand that's the standard.
Shoot. And you kind of had to move in and do. No. There's no friendly fire stuff. That would be a weird exception. Okay, so woof, missed it. Christopher, you can make it into the room, and just like Molly, I will actually allow you to attack one of the few that sort of crosses your path.
I'm actually going to spend a stamina point and use my charge ability to use 2 move actions to get in to wherever I want to, followed by a melee attack action. This only counts as 1 action.
Okay, so yeah, I will actually allow you to. You do that. You spend a stamina. You can attack, and I will let you do a second attack on another one because you're. Effectively, I was going to give you 1 attack anyway, so that makes sense. Okay, cool. So charge on in and go at one of them.
Okay. I'm going to swing my great sword. So that's a might roll.
Yep. So use your for you. That is what, a D6 plus
D6 plus 5.
There you
Although
go.
it's actually +6 for my origin bonus, and then the damage comes in for brawler. But so I'm doing D6 plus 6 to hit. And I got a 9.
That's a hit.
So now I do damage.
Don't
Oh wait,
forget
I
that.
need to roll my.
Yeah, roll your flex.
Didn't hit it.
Okay.
So now I roll damage.
Yep.
So that's a D12. Do I get my might value added to that?
You sure do.
So that's D12
That's a
plus
great
5 plus 6 plus 7. D12 plus 7. And flex.
Don't forget that.
And that's 7. Okay. On the damage, I got 17.
Dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mushed. And you can take a second attack on another one because you used your stamina to get that extra movement. So there is in fact
next same roll.
Yeah, there's one left plus the one Oliver wounded.
Okay, I'll go for it.
Okay.
Got an 8 to hit.
That's a hit. And I don't think you can. I mean, you'd have to roll pretty crappy to not kill it immediately, which is sweet.
13 points of damage.
Good.
Yeah.
And there's one little guy left next to Oliver. Okay. So that's the end of that initiative. At this point, give me 1 second here. Okay, everyone make an edge check. We're at the beginning of initiative, but I'm making you do this. So just make an edge check, and the difficulty is 9. If you get less than a 9, let me know.
I rolled the opposite of a good roll. I got a 5.
Okay.
I made it.
Total.
I got a 9.
I have an 8.
Okay.
Edge is not
10.
my friend.
Oh, hang on. I'm going to use my extra stamina point to re-roll. Oh, it's a check or attack roll? It's a check. Yeah, it's an extra check.
You don't even need to re-roll. You can just add to it because you failed by 1, didn't you?
No, I rolled a 1, and then with my total, I got a 5, which is what we call horseshit. So I'm gonna use that extra stamina die I got with my edge situation earlier. May as well spend it to re-roll and hopefully do better. Let's find out.
Hang
I
on.
believe in you.
You wanted to use so sorry. You made this is your flex die from earlier.
Yeah, that 5th point.
Okay, so you have a stamina point, but
yeah. And Pantherish says spend 1 stamina point to re-roll a failed check or attack roll. And this is a check during combat. Feels kosher, but you tell me.
Shit, what is going on here? What's wrong with me? Make an additional move action, increase or pay 2 because effectively what you're doing is you're using a stamina point right now, right? So you banked it from before, so you're not actually doing a flex result.
No, yeah, correct. It's not a flex result.
So the flex result would be yes,
earlier.
You can spin a fail into a success if it happens at that time. But since here, when you did that, basically what it means is flex is always useful. But if at the time you don't need it for anything, you can just essentially make it a stamina point. So you've effectively given yourself a stamina point.
Oh. And then I have the Pantherish ability where I can spend the stamina point.
Okay, I missed that
Reroll
part.
a failed check or attack roll.
There you go. Go for it.
Listen to your players, Maddie.
Yeah. Sorry.
Anyway, so
gotcha.
It's okay. I rerolled. What are we doing? This voice. Anyway, the point is, I got a 7 with my new roll, which is a little better than a 5.
What did you get total?
I still fucked up. I got a 7 total, but it was better than a 5, so I feel slightly less shame, which is important later. I'm assuming.
Okay.
But if I spend 1 stamina point, then I cannot fail. Is that what you're saying to me? Because that's what I heard. Is that I rolled? I have the 8, and so
yes. So you can if you want.
So I will spend that 1 stamina point to not get murdered by spiders or whatever's about to happen.
Okay. Oh shit! You know what, guys? No, you didn't need to go that crazy with it. You don't need to spend that. And Oliver, what did you roll?
7.
Okay. Take your stamina back too. You actually only needed a 5. So I was looking at 2 different things. So one was to not surprise you about a thing. Okay. So what happens is at this point, a huge mass bursts out of the ground at your feet.
Hmm.
And you only needed a 5 to stay on your feet for your edge check.
Oh, okay.
So a huge ass mama scorpion just popped out of the earth.
I look at Hansi. Is that good? Sorry.
How does she feel right
Not
now?
good. and there's going to be another 3 scorpions.
Oh, okay.
I would
And
like
then
to
the
point
brood
out that
mama.
vermin do not actually have maternal instincts, so I'm not worried at all.
Sherman King.
I thought we established that this was some sort of a scorpion patriarchy. It's all dudes, isn't it?
Scorpion patriarchy.
The scorpion patriarchy. Sorry, anyway, whatever. I don't know. I don't know enough about scorpions or men.
Dismantling the scorpion patriarchy.
It's more of an antlion, really. I don't. No.
Okay, so they're back in action. Initiative will stay the same. So what is going to happen is it's going to be Luana, then me, and then we go as we did. So Luana, you're up. You basically have 3 or 4 if you include Oliver Scorpion, little baby scorpions, or the big one that you can target. Now you don't have to move. They're all within close range to you, so you can do 2 attacks if you like.
What's the layout of the room like?
Room's pretty basic in that it's just sort of a cavern floor, gaps, cracks in the walls. I don't know, maybe 15-foot ceiling that's kind of just, and then there's your way back.
Okay. Can I see the like gaps and cracks in the anything scalable?
Potentially, but it's more like it's pretty narrow, and then this is your roof kind of snakes up that way. So not a lot that you could like get into a defensible position. You could, I suppose, actually, because entering the room, it slopes down. So if you're looking to get an advantage of like a height advantage, sure, you could back up a little, but that's going to take you a movement to do so.
I mean, sure. I'll backflip over the scorpions that are there, get myself a height advantage, and toss a couple of throwing daggers at the small ones that are still there.
Okay, so if you're spending one of your actions to move, you can only toss 1 dagger, but that's fine.
Okay. Do I get an advantage from having the high ground?
Yeah. So I'll give you a +2 to
All
your
right.
attack
It's
roll.
over scorpions. I have the high ground. That is the D6. That is a 6 + 1. Oh wait, got a flex.
Don't forget that flex.
No, it's only 2. 6 + 1, 7 + 5 is 12.
Well, that's a big fat hit. How much damage? And your dagger, you get to add strength, right? Your might, sorry.
But it's a thrown dagger. So
yeah,
I mean,
so if you're throwing it, you can add might to your damage.
Oh, cool. So that would be 2 + 4, 6.
6 total?
Mm-hmm.
Still alive. If you want to spend a stamina, you can add a 1d4 and ensure it's dead.
You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, I will. +3.
And he's dead. Okay, so that one's gone. That leaves 3 little scorpions. 1 is wounded, and then the brood mother. So they're going to start taking some chunks out of you guys here. So anyone is a potential target. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and ignore the 6. 1, 2, 3. Valerie. One of the scorpions is going on you.
No.
D8.
Of all the targets, you showed the most potential. Yeah.
Does a 5 hit your physical defense?
Probably, because I don't have any armor. So
now armor's only going to
physical's 4. Yep.
Okay, so hits you. Let's just do the pincer. Ooh, 9 damage.
Oh
no.
my leg.
One of the other scorpions
I
will
use
go
that
at.
leg.
Go with that. One of the other scorpions will go at Molly, and it rolls a 8 total for your physical defense.
Okay.
Does that
I have a
hit?
7.
You have a 7. It does indeed hit. It is gonna do. Let's just keep the pincers going. I'm too lazy to do poison right now. Only 4 damage for you.
Okay.
And
she has an armor rating of 3, so that's only 1 damage.
correct. You have
Oh,
armor, so you're good.
Okay.
Yes, so guys, if you have armor on your sheet, I think it's does it absorb?
Good to know. All right.
Yeah, it
I
absorbs.
based the one pager off of Molly's
Yes,
hair,
thank
so that's
you.
why I know her.
Yeah, so light armor will absorb 3,
Great.
but there's a minimum damage rule, so you always take 1.
Okay.
Okay, and then the last small scorpion will attack. 1, 2, 3. Valerie again, coming at you.
Oh,
Sorry,
jeez
Gabor.
Louise.
It only rolled a 4, but it
Get him
still
off
hits
me.
your feeble self.
Scorpions find you extremely threatening for some reason.
Why
Can she
did it have
spend a
to be
stamina point to
scorpions?
dodge it
Yeah.
or something?
Oh my god! Just a brutal roll. So that's another 8 damage.
Is there no I'm not sure. Can she spend a stamina point to like deflect any of this? Is that a thing?
No, what she could do would be like no. It'd be more like she could use an action to become more defensible. Although that's an
Right.
interesting concept, because that's one of the things we're doing with the second wave of content is looking at more things that your flex and stamina can do.
Mhm.
But yeah, for now, no. All right, Brood Mother is going to go at either Oliver, Christopher, or Luana, because we're going to stop beating up on Valerie. Okay,
Oh,
Oliver,
no.
Big Mama Scorpion, Big Mama's House by
Big Papa, though? I thought we established the Patriarchy.
Martin Lawrence. Was that Martin?
Oh, you're right. We were doing Patriarchy
Yeah, the Scorpion
Scorpion.
Patriarchy.
Okay, Giant Scorpion. Oh no, wait,
Oh,
sorry.
hang on. Very important. Oh, wow, thank you.
Oh, he's got something.
Sorry. I just
And
get
it is.
a beer flown in.
I thought
It
it
is-
was going to be a dog. I'm disappointed.
I was expecting dog
Yeah, me
as
too.
well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's going to happen, but right now, too much to juggle with this.
Tisk
Um,
tisk.
Sorry.
Okay.
Anyway.
So one thing I will point out too, just for the sake of people watching this, is that enemy profiles, there's a bit of asymmetry here in that their profiles dictate what they can do. So those scorpions can essentially move. They can take 2 actions per turn, but only 1 can be an attack. The Broodmother, she can take 3 actions per turn, and 2 may be attacks. So something to think about. Okay, Oliver, she's coming at you.
There.
The attacks. You're going to get a crushing pincer, but let's do the barbed. Yeah, let's do the pincer first. So she's pincing you with
I'm
a.
feeling pinched over here. All
Yeah,
right.
you're getting pinced into a corner.
Get a pinch Ness.
That's a 10 to hit, which I assume hits physical defense.
Yeah, maybe.
And that is a brutal attack. 15 damage.
Jeez Louise, that's
And now,
half your hit points.
and now she's gonna sting you with a D. Yep. Oh, she is brutal. You're gonna need Angus of the Hills to really open up on her here.
I have taken 23 of 38 hit points.
Oh my god.
11 damage coming at you.
Oh,
So you
good.
take 11, and then you're gonna do. Ooh, that's lucky. So that's only 7 damage.
Oh, 7,
but
not 11.
This is the stinger strikes you.
Okay, so I've lost the plot a little bit. Am I taking 11 or 7 damage?
You took whatever you took last time. You took 11 because she's hitting you twice.
Oh, I see. Sorry.
You
So
took
11 with
that.
the pincer?
Yeah, you got pinced, and now you're getting stung. So you're taking 7.
Okay.
And since you didn't have armor, right?
Yeah, no.
So you
Gets in the
took
way of my
7.
stealthy pantherish moves.
So
So that
to
brought me to
avoid
18 of 38. Pardon me.
so
Now,
to avoid
second attack.
poison, you need to make a grit check, and the difficulty is 7. So roll your grit die plus add your
Get one of my favorite movies here, True Grit.
True Grit.
So by True Grit, I mean I rolled a 1, so I'm going to definitely use my Pantherish bullshit to re-roll, spend a stamina point. I'm down to 3. Let's see what the Spirit of the Panther gets me. Yeah, all right, Panther came through. I got 10 on my grit now.
10 is good. You are not
Yes.
poisoned. Yay!
Yeah, Mombi.
I just like flex the poison out of my body, like some sort of Fist of the North Star bullshit.
Yeah.
And
Okay, so the good news is, folks, the scorpions have stopped attacking, and you should really do your best to destroy them all this turn.
I don't know. They seem nice.
They are not nice, Molly.
Yeah.
You're just
No.
you're,
I'd befriend
you're getting
the
Stockholm syndrome from these
scorpion
scorpions.
father.
You just like talk out with them.
well, they know the patriarchy.
It's working. This is not good, you
Scorpion
guys.
patriarchy's working. Okay, so Matt, so just to really make sure I'm playing fair here,
Sure.
I took a grand total of 11 damage done so.
You took 11. I don't
And then
remember
the
what the
poison
first attack
didn't work,
was,
right? Because I flexed really hard.
but you still took the poison damage.
Oh, so that was another 7.
So
I
yeah, you
Yeah.
took
total of
11,
18.
then
You took
7.
18
You
points.
just didn't take any more from that poison.
Okay, so that brings me to okay. Like I said, I'm 25 out of 38 hit points are gonzo. Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right, so
You're gonna find this game is like it gets decisive pretty quick. Like things will.
no, I'm here
Yeah,
for it.
apparently.
Yeah, they will
Hey,
hit
I like-
hard, but then you hit hard back too. So
Hey, I
Yeah.
like Dungeon Crawl Classic funnels. I'm fine with dying. But let's see how where that goes. So first,
so up
Yeah, you know
next
what?
is you. Yeah, it is you, Oliver.
yeah, I'm
You're up.
gonna try and take down the patriarchy. I'm gonna attack the toxic masculinity gland on the giant scorpion,
Okay, do it.
and I'm gonna basically just stab at it twice with a spear. I don't have any other moves I think available. So first stab, shit. I think I got a 7 on that one.
If you want to spend a stamina, you can up
You
it
know
to
what?
an 8 and make it a hit.
I'm gonna do that, so I'm down to 2 stamina points now. So I will do that, and then I
Okay.
roll a d8 damage. 8, worth it, really worth it.
8 damage.
Max
Okay.
damage with my spear.
Do you add might to that, or
You do add might.
I did not. 12 damage.
Yeah, get it.
Ooh, nice.
All right, that stamina
Ooh.
point was worth spending.
Ooh.
Fuck him
all
up,
right.
Mombi.
Yeah.
You did
all right. So let's see.
12. Okay, yeah.
All
Got
right,
it.
So Matt, is it okay if I use my second action to attack the same target, or do I have to spread the love?
Absolutely good to attack the second target. Or sorry,
Ye-
whatever you want to do,
Same
man.
target.
Everything's
All right,
within
so-
everything's
All
within
right.
reach.
All right, take this patriarchy. All right, I got a 4 plus 5, so I got an 8, so I hit again.
Good.
I'm gonna roll damage. 8 again. Bow shoving 12. Sorry. Extremely pleasing. I got 2 max damage spear jabbies. I don't know what more I could ask for. So yeah.
Okay. Well, 8 is the total? Sorry, what is the total? 12?
12 is the total. I'm a dumbass who got excited and shouted the die results instead of the total.
so that's
Okay,
24
very good.
damage? Bam.
And did you roll flexes for all those?
I wish I did. No.
No,
I mean, I
we'll
rolled
do
the
it
flex
now.
die,
How many
but
did
I
you
got-
do?
Oh, the
Oh,
flex.
okay, you did roll the die.
Yeah, I
Okay,
rolled
good.
them, but I didn't. Yeah.
My
nothing
God,
to
the
report.
odds are just really against you guys right now. Okay, Oliver's done. We have Valerie and Molly, then Christopher.
If I go, I'm gonna heal Oliver, who clearly
Sure, you
is
can do that.
bleeding more than I am, even though I would also like to heal myself. Unless no, because it takes 2 actions to heal. So yeah, that's it. That's it for me.
You just heal yourself?
No, I'm gonna heal Oliver.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think that Mombi is more prolifically bleeding than I am. You know, took a stinger to
Yeah,
the gut.
Mombi needs food, or whatever the old saying is from Gauntlet. Anyway.
Got it.
All right, so I have to spend 1 stamina point and use 2 actions, and you are going to regain life points equal to my wits die, which is 6. So there you
I'll
go.
take it.
6,
Thank
it's
you very
back. Okay, Molly, you need to like rain hell.
So I have 2 attacks. Is that
Yep.
what I'm hearing? Okay.
Yeah.
I am just going to roll this all at once.
You get +1 to all melee damage. Look at you.
Okay. Yes. Okay, so I guess I rolled an 8 somehow for both of my attacks.
Okay, those are okay. Sorry, what are so your options for attacking are the brood mother or father, I guess, as we've decided. And then there's 3 other scorpions still standing, little guys.
I'll go for the big one.
Okay, go for the big one.
Yeah.
And
I
you rolled
definitely
an 8,
run up
and
and
8
do
does
like
hit.
a Lucy Lawless like ululation as I like go to hit it with both of my like
Hell
actions.
yeah.
So
Yes.
just in case that matters, I
There's
just
a
want
pro Xena zone here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you should get a stamina point for that.
So does an 8 hit?
An 8 does hit.
Okay.
It hits the
So
brood
I'm
mother.
rolling damage now. Do I roll the flex die on damage rolls too?
You do.
Okay. Sorry, didn't realize. Well, it didn't matter anyway. Okay. One of them is a 1. Does that mean the whole thing is ruined?
For your damage, no.
Okay.
So just make sure you add your might to it.
Yeah. Okay. So one hit is a 7.
Okay.
And the other hit is a 12.
12 damage.
Yes.
19 damage, right? Or-
No.
Sorry, your second attack.
Like
I roll
40
a 6,
damage,
my
right?
might is 5, and then I have a +1 to all melee.
Oh yeah. Okay.
12.
Yeah.
Okay.
12 to your damage. Yeah. Yeah.
So the first
Okay.
hit was 7, and the second hit was 12.
I
Okay.
got you. Oh no. 7 to hit. That one hit.
They both were an 8 to hit. I rolled
Okay.
4.
Now I got you. Okay. So you did how much for the second one? Sorry, damage.
My first hit was a 7. For
Yeah.
My damage hit was a 7, and my second damage hit was a 12.
12. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so you did a 19 damage.
Yes, probably.
Yeah, good.
Just not one.
This thing is creaky. It's
Oh, okay.
not in good shape. Good job.
Okay.
Christopher, I mean, if I were you, I would finish this scorpion, this big one, and then maybe knock out another one.
All
That's
right.
up to you.
I'm gonna swing on
Get an Angus burger.
swing on Big Daddy.
Big Papa.
Big Papa. He loves it when you
Yeah,
call
He
him
does
Big
love it
Papa.
when you call him that, so.
Put your hands in the air, fuse.
Okay.
That's Brood Mother's a
It
true
hits.
player.
I got an 11 to hit.
11 hits. And I don't think it can survive a hit from you, so. But go for it.
There are no modifiers to the flex, right?
No, flex is just you roll a 10, you're happy. If you don't, it's
All
nothing.
right. So my damage is 1d12 plus 5 plus 1 plus 1.
I mean,
so-
it's dead. It's just dead. Well, roll it just to be sure. I'm pretty sure.
I want to do it anyway.
Yep, I get that.
D12 plus 7.
Yeah, oh yeah.
19.
Damn.
Very dead.
How many little ones are left?
There's like 2 plus the one Oliver wounded.
I'm going to swing at a fresh one.
Okay. Roll if you like. Check that flex.
I got a 12 without the flex to hit.
Oh yeah, big fat hit. It's dead. I don't
Okay.
think. I don't think it can survive a hit from you unless you roll rock bottom.
That's all
Okay,
my
so
actions.
you kill
What if he
another,
did?
and then there's 2 left. We can go through the rigor of finishing them off, or we can just call them. They run away. That's my preference as a GM. Move
Yeah.
past it.
Can I just coolly walk down from my perch and just go like
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good work, team.
they're wearing belt pouches.
You know what? I'm even willing to give 2 of you a flex roll just to see if you get it. Because, like, if you get it, then you can add it to your stamina point. Otherwise, we play it out. But that just seems ridiculous. So next would be Yeah, Luana, if you want to just roll a flex, and then Oliver roll a flex, and if you get it, you can keep it. How's that?
Nah, 4.
Holy shit! I got it.
Sweet. So it's useless to you.
I just
unless
forget whatever.
you-
Fuck it. And I know
so
I got a
just-
10. I swear to God.
That's amazing. Add it to your pool. You're Mr. I get my flex results when they are like fudged.
Yeah, is it not necessary? Great. I got it.
He also already used a bunch of stamina, so it's actually good for him to start recovering.
Yeah. So that's kind of
the
combat rhythm of this game is like the encounters are really supposed to put some pressure on you so that you're spending that stamina, but then you can potentially roll flexes to get it back. But you also can get some stamina back when you do a rest. So it's like risk reward, use your stuff, keep going.
I think this would have gone really quick if we all were more familiar with the rules too.
Oh yeah. You would have
like Pathfinder 1 fight.
I just want to say that, like, with my failure of the flex die, it's kind of funny that Hamzi, like, comes down all cool from her perch, throws a throwing knife, completely misses, jams into a rock, and she doesn't acknowledge, like, good work, team.
Yeah.
Complete failure, but like, hell yeah, we did it, you guys.
Yeah. Well, and you guys killed that was 10 scorpions taken care of too, so that's a pretty hardy encounter.
As the person who led us to this room, I can't help but feel somewhat responsible for this situation.
Well, you got your ass kicked, so
Yeah, you've been punished enough.
So,
Zombie, do you require rest?
So you guys you can take I think we call them recoveries in this game. And
how does the healing work for those? Yeah, because that's
so it's pretty straightforward if I remember.
Why would we heal when we can keep moving forward?
Well,
because some of us are at half HP and don't want to die if we can avoid it. Maybe
that's fine. I'm at like
just put
half
that
HP.
out there.
I'm actually exactly at half HP. I just realized. So you know.
So over the table information, being that this is a short tale, it makes sense right now for you guys to use the recovery. So in order to regain life points during a game session, characters must perform a recovery. As a standard, each character may take 2 recoveries per tale/game session. Some longer or particularly dangerous tales, blah, 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 blah. So you're not under duress. Everything is fine. You can take that recovery and what it does. And actually, if you aren't choosing to take your recovery right now, you don't have to. So if you haven't been wounded, you don't got to do it. But a recovery allows characters to tend to wounds, rest muscles, and relax. Recovery should take enough time for characters to fix themselves before they start moving again. Each time a character performs a recovery, they regain 50% of your maximum life points.
Oh, that's nice.
Rounding up. And gain 1 stamina point.
Hansi hands out flatbreads to everyone.
There you go, guys. Have some...
People eat scorpions, right?
That's right.
I mean, aren't they basically shrimp on the land or something like that?
I'm not going to stop you from... I'm drinking blue scorpion right now.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So I gotta take a 3-minute break.
Yeah, I need to take a... What? It's a blue lobster.
Oh, okay. I thought you had like a cozy on the bottom. I was very confused.
Yeah, this is a cozy. It's a Man of War.
Oh, okay. It's not a hot drink. Like
we are the warriors of the world. Man of War. I'm a man of warrior.
Okay.
That's a cheesy. That's a sword and sorcery band. My God.
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right, well, Matt, did you say you're taking a brief break too, or?
I need just a second to get rid of some of this blue lobster, and then I'll be right back.
Yeah, you know what? Sounds a good idea. So, okay, everybody watching the live stream, let's all take a quick bathroom break.
Don't leave. We'll be right back. You live streamers.
We'll be right back. We're coming back.
A break for us is a break for you. Time to hydrate or dehydrate. Take care of any biological functions.
I wish I had hold music I could put on, but I'm afraid I don't.
And now it's just us. Yeah. It's like, are we still streaming? I don't know. We could pretend like we are.
We are streaming because, like, I think Oliver should have put us back in the lobby.
Yeah, he didn't. So I guess we're still live. Hey, how's it going? What's up? What's the haps?
I've got a I've got a Mandalorian mug.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a Hoth mug, but I'm not using it right this second. But I'm jealous of your Mandalorian one.
I got it
Oh.
from a con at in like 2013. So this is like an actual
Like
old
pre-show.
EU. Yeah, exactly. This is
Ye
not
old
based
Karen
off of.
Travis Mandalorians.
Yeah. She gets so weird about her Mandalorian.
She does do that
Like-
a little bit.
Like it's such a obvious, like, I have a crush on all these boys type of thing. And, good on her. Sure.
We all need some Blorbos in our lives. It's okay. Get it. It's cool.
Nice work if you can imagine like writing for a huge IP and just putting your Blorbos in there.
Right?
Sure. I would die. That would be my dream job.
It is delightful. Just lean in. Just go all out. 100% Blorbos. Everyone at home is like, what the fuck is a Blorbo?
It's like your favorite, your safety character, I guess. It's thank
It's
you,
your little
Wicked
precious
Realm.
being. Yeah.
Mhm.
We're not going to get into Mew Mews as advanced Tumblr. We're just going
No, I'm actually unfamiliar with Mew Mew, so if you want to get into Mew Mews,
I'm trying to remember what the full phrase for the Mew Mew is. It's now I'm the one that's failing advanced Tumblr. But it's basically, as I understand it, it's like the super evil, horrible villain that is nonetheless your beautiful, precious boy who can do no wrong kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah. So, I guess there's a lot of Kylo Ren fans.
I was gonna say that's the first one my brain went to.
He did a genocide, but
He did a genocide, but what?
Did he do a genocide though?
Yeah,
he blew up
five
the planet. Yeah.
5 planets, like 5 entire fully populated planets. It's the first thing he did. He was like, I really got to outdo the previous emperor because I have a chip on my shoulder.
Right.
I got
Oh
something to
yeah.
prove.
Kudos to Adam Driver that I completely forgotten that. He's just charming.
Adam Driver should play the Iron Bull in the movie version of Dragon Age Inquisition because he's the only man with a chest that looks like that in real life. It's
Iron Bull with like the high pants.
yeah, it's just his pillowy man bosom. It's
I remember watching that in theater, and my brother and I just laughing at his nips, and it's
his chest is something.
It's aggressive. It's an aggressive. You can't not
broad,
look.
Yeah.
The
He was in the Marines, right? Before he was an actor.
Yeah, he was a Marine, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he probably is one of those guys who could like crush your throat and you don't even know.
I believe Alan Richmond also was in the military. I think he was in the army before he was Reacher.
He looks like it. Christ.
Yeah.
That guy is. Yeah.
I love how in the new season they're like, we found a bigger guy. He's the villain.
Yeah. That
took
dude
us
is
3
like,
years, but we
he's
found
over
one.
7 foot or something. That other ogre
Alan
guy.
Richmond's actually only like
like that.
6'2", 6'3".
No,
But
the new
tall,
villain
but-
is over
yeah.
7 foot.
No, but I'm saying like technically
Yeah.
speaking, he's not even Reacher sized as that
Reacher,
goes,
Reacher's
but-
only 6'2"? Fuck me, I'm Reacher.
No,
I'm not
Reacher in the books I
size.
think is 6'5".
But they specifically cast
Yeah.
like 5'3" guys.
Oh yeah.
To,
They're doing the Hobbit camera tricks kind of.
Oh, okay.
That's the Tom Cruise camera trick. Who
Yeah,
incidentally
I will
played
net-
Reacher, which is just funny.
I was going to say, like, the fact that Tom Cruise played Reacher never fails to blow my mind. I'm not even like a big Reacher head, but I know he's bigger than Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise just does whatever he wants. Listen, it's,
and I mean,
it's his
he-
prerogative.
More power to him.
Other
All right,
than
roll
the-
back.
Yeah. Let's just move past the Tom Cruise. He runs really well.
He does.
He really does. He really does.
I don't know, man. Mission Impossible Fallout was baller. I don't care.
Well, but he's all. I would just say like that's a dude who, like, he's truly into his stuff. Not the Scientology, but like the.
That's
Yeah.
No, you can do that too. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that
But
is
in the
true.
movie-
But he's an impressive.
maybe that's
stuntman.
deep background for his character Mission Impossible, but yeah.
Deep cover, you blew my cover. It's only a
Yeah,
matter
we
of
got
time.
one.
Yeah.
I have been trying not to do Arnold just because I've been seeing Matt's face for a few minutes. I'm like, that's not my character. Anyway, all right. So we done killed some scorpions. We toppled the scorpion patriarchy.
Killed some
And we've all had a
scorpions.
nice rest, as one should do after toppling patriarchy. What next?
Okay, so you're all in this chamber. You kind of rest there, lick your wounds, and then what? What do you do next? So really, options on the table. In the main chamber, really the only other way to go is through that seal, or
Yeah. Let's go
out.
back. Let's do it. I mean,
Okay.
I don't know how
What?
much gold did I get out of that other room. Maybe it's time to go.
Yeah, was there anything good in there, or was it just oops all scorpions?
No, that was like you weren't even supposed to be in there. Basically, a quake revealed the chamber. And then the other direction that you could have gone, that was caved in. Like, however, you would have accessed the chamber before, so it would probably go off to other areas. But like, yeah.
Yeah. So we go back to the coffer door.
Yes. Well, you go back. The coffer door's been open, but there's the seal on the bottom. Now, here's the thing: when you go back in that chamber,
Oh yeah, sorry.
you hear a little cackle from above, and then you hear clunk, and any light that was coming in from the roof, from the aperture, is gone. And it sounds like, well, your rope is gone, and that shit, you are sealed.
Hey, I
in.
put a brick there.
Yeah.
The brick got moved.
I reach over and I touch.
I find my brick angrily.
Yeah, the brick is actually at your feet.
Hey!
It's
Yeah,
actually at your feet. You're like, shit, that's the brick. Who did that?
Radon, you
I
sold
reach-
us out.
Somebody kicked in my brick.
I reach over and touch Hansy's shoulder and I say, "Is that good?" But yeah, anyway.
No,
Decidedly
it's not
ungood.
good, you natured lover.
Well, now you really you're faced with the only way out is in, down, I guess.
Oh, well, I get out my damn thieves' tools, and I see if I scan for apertures for mechanisms that I might be able to unlock.
So you figure you can open this seal. You guys just need to hack those chains, which really aren't a problem because they are damned old.
Okay, Angus, Gudrun, get the
Yeah.
heck.
All right, I will. I got my throwing axe from the other room as well.
I'll be over here behind this
Yeah.
cupboard door.
I'll swing on
You
one,
wizard it.
and then I'll swing on the other.
What does wizard it mean?
Wizard it open.
Sorry,
yes.
sorcerer it open.
Okay, so Davor goes, okay, I'm going to sorcerer it open.
Okay. I mean, the seal doesn't move.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's more like just hack those chains apart,
I think you should hit it with your sword.
and then you remove a couple of bolts, and you can just peel this thing off.
All right.
Okay.
That's good.
You guys
Good,
crack
Angus.
open this incredibly foreboding seal. And I mean, are we crawling in or what?
Is there any like fell exhalation of breath or wind that exudes from the produced hole that
No,
smells like something?
Not yet, but when
No?
you move in, maybe. So
Okay.
you crack the seal off, and you can actually kind of sneak in under and then crawl down. There's a staircase.
Oh, nice.
And,
Oh,
and
the
in
staircase.
fact, yes, Molly, when that seal comes off, the air is decidedly colder
Yeah.
coming
Okay.
out of there.
It's nice.
So
that
we
they know
going
this
in?
piece. Is there like a handrail too? Like, how safe is the situation? Okay.
Is it OSHA approved?
Yeah.
No handrail.
I'll be
Yeah,
careful as I walk down then.
you got to just kind of walk down, but there's a wall. There's nowhere really to go. It just kind of moves on down. So, okay, if you guys are entering this thing, I will do my read aloud.
Mhm.
The air beneath the seal is spiked with winter's breath. This break from the desert heat might be welcomed if not for its inexplicable nature. All is silent save for the soft hiss of sand scattering before this icy current. The darkness beyond your firelight is a suffocating pitch, but you can make out a single corridor stretching ahead of you, hinting at the abysmal depths beyond. There is only one path to take, and it leads toward this uncanny chill.
Huh.
So ahead of you is basically passageways just of natural earth. So this is not, this isn't like carved like it was above with, sandstone brickwork. It's more so a network of caverns for the most part.
Does it lead us to like a new door or something?
So if you can kind of go in here, and what you're really doing is navigating, dead end, not dead. Oh, new passage, kind of just going by feel. The surfaces have been smoothed, almost like beach stone, as if water once flowed through the tunnels. And as you descend deeper, the air gets colder. And eventually, after hitting a few dead ends, you discover a small chamber containing a pool of clear water, which is mirror smooth. And I guess that's all I will say right now is so yes, you come to a pool. Water is dead still. I guess that's all I'll say. You'd have to get closer to kind of see what's next.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any sling stones or anything?
Yeah, I was like, can I throw a rock in it? Like,
You can throw a
Yeah,
rock.
same.
Do it.
Okay.
We
You
all
throw.
simultaneously.
You toss a few stones in.
I'm trying to sense magic, but I don't know if it's going to work because everything is all feeling magic right now. So.
Yeah, no. You put the stones in, no problem. It breaks the surface of the water, and then it eventually goes back to still. Now, you guys I'm assuming you're not close enough to it, but you can get closer to it and have a peek inside if you like. Touch it, whatever you want to do.
I like to peek. I mean, in this particular situation.
I encourage Angus to peek while I pass a flask to everyone since it's gotten colder, and maybe everyone will like a bit of a pick-me-up.
Okay. You guys all have a little drink.
Sure.
Not of the water, but of your flask.
It's not off the table though. We'll see if I want to take a sip.
Okay. So here's what's up. Anyone who looks within this, I've got a few short little read alouds that will define visions that each of you see. So, Molly, I know you got to bounce soon, so let's just say this first one is for you.
Okay.
So you take a look into this pool, you kind of hover over till you see your reflection, and then that kind of gives way to this other vision that just almost beams into your mind. So a line of women stand before a fuming pit. As each of them approach the aperture, a priest clad in hideous beastly regalia blesses them, or perhaps performs some form of legerdemain before them. After this, one by one, they approach the billowing green smoke and leap into the depths. One woman stops before it, her glazed eyes snapping wide. Suddenly lucid, she screams in horror, and a croaking voice answers from below. The priest shoves her with both arms, but she catches him by the wrist, and the two tumble into the depths. Their wails hiss into silence. Then an explosion of stone and flame erupts from the pit. Myriad questing tendrils rise up, attaching themselves to the surrounding walls and heaving ground. A massive shadowy form begins to take shape. So that's one vision.
Okay.
Anyone else take a peek into this? Christopher peeks in and he sees this. A city stretches before you, oasis-like, glittering in defiance of the surrounding desert wastes. Pools sparkle in the sunlight, rimmed by trees and verdant gardens. Towers stretch skyward, their purple minarets nearly kissing the clouds. Soon a great shadow spreads over palaces and slums alike, blackening streets and alleyways, erasing everything of substance. A croak peals through the air, tendrils creep from the looming shade, caressing, then unmaking all they touch. I got at least one more here. Anyone else want to take a peek?
Yep.
You're getting a sense you're seeing things that have happened before. You know, these are things that have happened, perhaps even where you stand. Okay, Oliver, some cataclysmic disaster has toppled the city. A blade-thin man bedecked in ritual robes stands atop a mound of freshly heaved earth, scanning the destruction. Sand and stones cascade into fissures riven into the earth. All structures raised by the hands of humans have crumbled, save one. A dome stretches above the rubble, unscathed by whatever sorcery leveled the city. Enslaved wretches smooth mortar, putting final touches on the brickwork while whips strike their backs. The sorcerer chants a song, his words indiscernible. Then he walks over the air as if crossing some invisible platform until he reaches a seal at the peak of the dome. On top of this, he carves symbols and images like grammari. He stares long at his work, fingers fluttering, brows knitting. Seemingly satisfied, he turns from the dome and gazes to the sinking sun in the west. Then he claps his hands together, and the mound upon which he stood moments ago splits in half, sloughing to the earth, burying the dome and all who stood near it, including the sorcerer himself.
So I've had that vision. I'm the only one who saw that vision.
You saw that. Molly saw yours. Christopher saw his.
Okay. So
now you can share this information if you like, but you're basically, you all just had a little look in this pool and like, whoa.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say my Mombi like rubs her eyes and shakes her head, having seen this weird vision, and reaches out to Hansi, puts her hand on Hansi's shoulder, and says, "Was that good?"
What was good?
The whiskey.
Oh. I then relay what I saw, realizing the issue here, and everybody else presumably hears it as well.
Yeah, I'll be like, that's not what I saw. I saw the vision number 1.
I saw vision number 2, or possibly B.
I produced a silver dagger with the thing that's eating itself.
Meanwhile, Valerie's like, I'm the sorcerer. I should have seen a vision. This is bullshit.
Oh, I know better than to look into strange pools. That's how you get swords lobbed at you.
Yeah.
So, guys, here's the thing. At this point, you hear a... how do you describe this? Like if I just... No, that's weird. You hear a weird...
weird.
We wouldn't want anything weird to happen in
into the
not
Captain.
weird tales. A really disgusting, slimy, sloshing sound from... Basically, the pool's not actually that big. It just kind of takes up a little bit of space. But from beyond that, there is another passage that leads, out and beyond the eyes. So you guys have come in here, and then wait, what are my hands doing? Yes, you come in here, and then there's more action that way. Okay. From this way is where that sound is issuing, and what you're really seeing is the light that you have is basically seeming to just retreat from this form, this mass that is issuing from the back of the corridor, and strange shadows kind of creep along those walls in your direction. So what we have here, really, folks, is an initiative roll.
Yeah, sure.
Now, Molly, if you got to bounce, you can bounce. This is, I will say, this is like sort of the last.
Sure, I can. I think I can probably stick it out for the combat. Okay. Sorry, I have to get up at 3:30 tomorrow morning, so I'm just. I have an early flight, and so I have to.
Okay.
It is almost 3:30 here.
Yeah, I know. Right?
Well, your dedication has been noted.
Yeah, the one should get like an extra stamina point. Jesus.
Yeah. Wait,
Now-
how do I roll initiative again?
It's an
So
edge
initiative is just edge. Yeah, edge plus. Edge die plus your edge value.
and there's no flex in this.
Correct.
I rolled a 6.
Okay.
Edge,
6.
6 plus 4.
I got a
Where's
combined
Molly?
total of 5. Beat that. Wait, no.
5.
I also got a 5.
Me
Okay.
3. I also got a 5.
Oliver, Valerie, and Christopher all got 5s. What'd you get, Luana?
9 combined total.
9. And let's see what I got. What the heck is this thing? Ugh, this thing's horrendous. D6. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, so here's the good news. You're all going to go first. Oh, and here's what this thing looks like. We're really not supposed to describe these things as they're indescribable. It's so horrifying. I cannot possibly describe it.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, sure.
It's one of them Zuthal of the Dusk type dealies.
It is. This thing is called Thule the Formless. Okay.
It has a form.
I mean,
There's
only
no
'cause
yeah,
it's-
only Thule.
it's not when I was writing it, anyways.
Yeah.
So, Lonnie,
Actually,
you're first now.
Can we pause for 2 seconds, Matt? When
Yeah.
you are describing something as essentially being like non-Euclidean, nobody knows what this thing fucking looks like, and then the artist is like, "So what do I draw?" How does that go?
Well, to be honest, that piece of art existed before me. So, yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I usually what I do when at Monolith, if I'm like, I need you to draw this thing, I usually show earlier versions of it and say something like this, but not like that. You know what I mean?
All right, fair enough. Okay, sorry. Please
Anyways.
return to the combat. I just was curious.
Yeah, no. It's a fun question. So I will actually everyone just quickly make a wits check. This is outside of combat. This will be quick.
Oh my god, I got no wits. Hang on a second.
Do I use a flex die for this?
Yeah.
I did get my flex die this time.
I got
Me
a flex
too.
die.
What's
I got it. Oh my
See,
god.
they always
You got-
arrive.
Wait, how many?
3?
4? I got
We
it.
all,
Wow.
everyone.
Everyone-
no,
That's crazy.
I did not.
Because I rolled a
flex,
1. So.
but I did do pretty good on
Oh my
my
God.
regular roll. I got a 7.
Still, that is impressive. So at this point, it's really not useful other than taking it as a stamina point, which is useful. So
Yeah.
yay for that.
Back up to 5
Um,
stamina points, baby.
But
right.
what you determined is that you look at that dagger, and then looking at this creature, you're like, shit, that looks like that thing.
Right.
That's all I will say. I will also say this is a game and where like you can fight this thing. There's also another passageway behind it. So you do what you like, but this thing is serious. That's all.
It looks tough. Is that what
Yeah.
you're telling us? Okay.
It's fucking horrifying.
What if we
I
ran this
chucked the
time?
dagger at it. It's my idea.
Oh, yeah, we
Yeah, I'm
actually
gonna switch
have
to my
to-
short bow.
Oh, yeah. Okay. At the start of combat with Thule, before initiative is calculated. So I have to do this right now. Okay. So I'm actually going to hit you with a sorcery attack. Give me one quick
Why would
second
you do
here,
that?
folks.
Wait,
So I'm an asshole. That's it.
Oh,
weren't we all ahead of it?
You were, but this is written right
I
into
got
its
like a
profile.
legendary action.
Yeah, it is like a legendary action. That's right.
Oh,
It's
nice.
not gonna hurt too bad. Don't worry.
Well, gee, thanks,
this is the cinematic.
Fine.
Okay.
I actually learned to play D&D recently, so like I know the terms for things now.
Yeah, you do. You just
So
name
cute.
drop the big one.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone have sorcery defense greater than 7?
Nope.
I
Absolutely not.
doubt it. Wait, sorcery? Nah.
Hit me.
6.
Mine's
Igor.
8.
Yeah. So
At last.
Valerie does.
One person, one utility for my character at last.
So you, unlike everyone else, does not have to have a -1 modifier to checks and attacks for the duration of this combat. So everyone else, you're going to get a -1 to all of your shit, basically. Sorry, just attacks and checks, not damage.
Mhm.
So it's like a frightful presence. You guys are like, what the
Right,
fuck
right.
is this thing?
Ah.
Yeah. Okay. So back to it. Initiative-wise, Luana, Molly, then what did I get? Yeah, I'm at the end. I got a 3. So you all get to go before me.
So, doing a little metagaming, the GM said there's a passageway behind it, and this thing is very scary looking.
Correct.
So, I feel like there is a pathway beyond just straight on attacking it that is key to defeating it.
I will say that I have designed this that you can take whatever path you want, and they're all viable. I'm just saying, think about like you're a character in the situation. What do you do? Knowing what you know, I guess.
Honestly, like Mombi is a hunter, and I would think sometimes in her experience, you don't run at the elephant, you run away. So I see what's in front of me, and I look at everyone, and I just go around it, and I try and gesture to the entrance. And then I run.
Okay.
I take a wide berth around it and try
Got
and
the dagger at it.
Yeah, wait, hand me the
Yeah.
dagger.
and toss the dagger at. I've got a high edge. I can do this. Toss the dagger at.
If you don't
Gudrun.
want to, okay. If you don't want to
just
spend
give it
an
a-
action,
Mhm.
yeah, you can kind of just pass the item or
Right.
drop it, and that doesn't cost you anything.
Okay.
Okay, so you
Gudrun,
kind of
babe,
ditch
I
the
believe in you.
dagger next to Molly's going to take it,
Mhm.
and
Can I
you
just give it
take.
to her?
Yeah, I think so. I think passing an object is
Yeah,
like
passing an
a-
object is free. It's one of
Pick
the
up a
free
tree.
actions listed in the
Yeah.
Okay, so
dealie.
pass, run, and as I run, throw a damn shuriken at one of its eyes.
Here's shurikens.
It's cool.
Okay,
Throwing knives, it's shuriken, whatever.
so you can spend one move action to move on the way, and then
Mhm.
also throw a thing at it.
Yeah, that's
Sure.
a turn, right?
Yeah,
And passing to Molly is free.
correct.
Okay.
So you're basically moving and attacking plus a free pass. All right, go ahead, fire away at this thing. It's actually not hard to hit.
Oh, good. The flex die was a 9. A 4 plus my is a 6, I think.
-1.
9 attack. Is that a hit?
9 is a hit.
All right. So 1d4. That is a 4. 4. Nice. 4 plus might, right?
Yep.
That is 3. 7 damage.
Okay. You throw one in that sticks next to one of its weird eyes, and some black blood shoots out, and it is Molly's turn.
Okay. I think
I also yell, "See a bitch!"
that's right.
It looks
So-
insulted.
I can throw the knife and then also book it. Is what I'm
Correct.
hearing?
So with
Okay.
this game, you got like 2 actions.
Great.
One can be a movement, one can be an attack. You could do 2. You could also do 2 movements and just get the hell out if you want.
No, I'm gonna try to chuck the knife at it somewhere that looks squishier.
Yeah, juicy. I got
Yeah.
Hit it in the black blood. I just, because
Yeah. Or like if it's got like a mouth that's like I'm gonna like try to
It's
hit
got
it.
it's got a few mouths, so go for the.
Okay. Yeah.
Deal.
Well, I'll pick the best looking one.
Okay.
the most eligible.
Yeah, the most
It's eligible mouth.
Wow. Okay, so I am. This is like my
So many
throwing.
rude jokes piling up.
So this is like my throwing axe, basically, right? Like.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So this is my edge.
This is your edge die. Yeah.
Well, I got a 1. I feel like I should use it.
Spend a stamina
Stamina point.
at
Yeah.
least. Well,
Can I use two?
Calculate what you've got. If you rolled a 1 and then you add your stat, what did you get?
5.
5. Okay, yes. Add 1 and you hit.
Okay, I will add I will add the stamina point I just earned for some kind of reason earlier. Oh, I rolled a 10. Okay. And then
So
now
he hit.
I'm miting it.
You are miting for your damage, a throwing weapon? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That is 11 damage from the dagger.
Now, if you want to get crazy, because this is like the last thing,
let's get
you could throw another stamina point on there. You get another 2 stamina. You could do an extra 2d4 damage if you wanted to. But that's if you want to drain stamina.
2d4 damage?
Yeah, add another 2d4.
I didn't get all these dice out for nothing. So
there you go.
Fuck him up, Gudrun.
Well, I did 2 extra damage.
Fuck him up a little, Gudrun.
Okay, so
don't overdo it, Gudrun.
13 total.
Take it easy. Like.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep it sensible.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to just defeat this monster instantly or anything. I mean, there's some like GMing around here.
So. Well, that's so nice.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Very good, Rin. Next is...
And then I run. Like, I'm running,
okay.
right?
Yeah, so you did 1 movement to kind of try to move past this thing and fire a thing at it.
Yeah.
After Molly is Oliver, Valerie, Christopher. You can basically decide what order you want to do stuff in.
High five when you reach.
Val's computer froze and will be coming back.
Okay, Val's going to go last.
What?
Angus, do you mind if I go first?
No.
All right,
No,
I'm going to Tom Cruise run it.
That is the face of a man who does not mind.
You know, I'm just running. I'm just running my ass using every action I've got. You know, around as much as I can. I don't know.
Tom Cruise run straight to the end.
Yeah, just like around the beastie. Going, God damn, that thing is formless. No illustration can possibly convey. And then I get to for you.
Shit, Molly, were you the one who had the dagger?
Yeah.
And did you throw that dagger?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, sorry, I was thinking your axe. So, yeah, hold on a second. You're going to do a lot more damage than that. Give me 1 quick second. We can't have you staying up late and not getting that satisfaction.
I mean, it's only 8 p.m., so I'm not staying up late.
Oh, well, it's like 11
o'clock.
my
time, but
I
do want the
damage. Mountain time. We got lobster time. We got all the time.
We got all the times. All the times.
Is that accurate, Luana?
What? Sorry.
I was saying we got lobster time. We got mountain time, and then I was like, I don't know. We got waffle time. Is that accurate for? Where are you
at? Where are you at? What time zone are you in?
I'm in Belgium.
Okay, Molly.
That's a long ways away.
You threw the dagger. I'm just going to actually take another chunk of damage off of it and not have you re-roll anything.
Okay.
So yeah, it looks like it hurt even more when you threw that dagger. So great. All right. Sorry, Oliver, you were up, right? And you booked it. You Tom Cruised out of there.
Yeah, but I was just saying. Yeah, I have to do Tom Cruise towards the far exit, whatever the new exit point.
Okay. And then I guess it's Christopher. You're the man now, dog.
It takes 1 move to get around it, and then another move to get down the hall.
Yeah, basically, you can kind of just bolt.
I'm going to charge, which gives me 2 move actions followed by a melee attack action, and it only counts as 1 action. So I'm going to move around it, swing on it, and then use my other action to run down the hall.
Love it.
Okay, so I just get one attack. That's D6 plus 5 plus 1 minus 1. So it's D6. It's just D6 plus 5. And I got a 7.
7 hits.
So that's, and we're not taking off the 1 from damage.
No, not from damage. That's correct.
D12, 5, 6, 7. D12 plus 7.
Oh,
Oh, mercy. 7 points of damage.
Okay.
Or
I'm just
7 points of
I'm
life
just
points.
looking. And any yeah, if you want to add to that, you can, but that's all good.
And then I go with my friends down the hall, or after my friends.
Okay, you run, and then Valerie. Let's say Valerie probably runs as well. I don't want to speak for her, but
yeah.
Valerie, what do you?
Welcome back,
You're,
She's
Valerie.
trying to get
you're
back.
the last person.
Just in time.
Yeah, you're the
Just
last
in
person
time.
in the initiative order before Thule will make
Perfect
its
timing.
moves. Are you gonna like attack? Or are you just gonna run like? Because everyone else just kind of bolted.
Yeah,
So let's
I
update
mean,
Valerie.
I'm gonna pick up my rags and move my skinny legs as fast as they can carry me. My skinny old bones.
Okay, very good.
Luana,
So-
are you a Flandrian or a Walloon?
What?
I am a Flandrian. I am Flemish. Though I am technically a daughter of immigrants, so I kind of in the '60s, a bunch of Italians came to Belgium, of which I am a spawn.
That's why the Giro Italia sometimes starts in Belgium.
Oh, does it? I'm a
Mhm.
total cyclist noob.
I don't
My-
even know what we're talking about here. This is-
Yeah, well, anyway, Valerie hops on her bicycle as a sorcerer.
Yeah.
Summon the bicycle.
Oh, okay.
And
So, okay, it is Thule's attack. Valerie is the only one who spent 2 move actions, so you're out of the potential. Or no, Oliver, you did 2, right?
Yeah.
So Christopher, Molly, Luana, you're all potentially still within striking distance of this thing, even though you're beyond it. It's got tentacles.
Yeah.
So, holy
Oh
shit!
no, I'd hate for that to hit me.
It can do 2 attacks. 1, 2, 3.
Hercules is Jeff. Yeah, whatever.
Luana, you're getting 1, and Molly, you're getting the other.
I've been a good girl.
Luana, horrific strike, which is
The mute after that.
God. It
Like, I can't
work.
risk any more commentary.
Luana does a 17 physical defense hit.
Yeah, I'm pregnant.
This is the cackling GM. I'm pregnant. You're pregnant
I thought that's what you said. I couldn't.
with something formless. 1d12.
Yes, ha ha ha, yes.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
13 damage,
Oh,
Damn.
no.
which is not so bad. 13 damage. That's not so bad.
I can deal with that.
Molly, you're going to get, let's see if you get hit. 12 physical defense hits as well,
Christ, I
correct?
took 13
Yeah.
damage.
And you're getting hit with a 15 damage.
All right. I can absorb
These-
that. That's fine.
Leathery tentacles come in. You feel a smuck and then a hook as it pierces your skin and rips a bit of flesh out before retracting.
Hmm.
But
Is there anything hot about it though? I mean, or is this just like purely?
I mean, if you're into tentacles, it's not bad.
All right.
And they're all shapes and sizes. There's
No, that's
girth,
fine.
there's length, there's teeth, which is weird for everyone. But you know, I don't know. Hey man,
Luana's
here
like,
to-
stop.
I'll
I
never.
was
I'm not
already
here to tell
into
you
it.
what's interesting. You already had me, man.
I know.
Deep beneath the boob in the desert, the tentacles reach their whirlwind. Yes.
We're edging in a boob and getting tentacles.
I didn't know I wrote such erotic
Christ, Matt.
sword and
It's like
sorcery.
that South Park heavy metal.
Wow.
All
God
right, go on.
damn.
Sorry.
Whew,
Right,
if I
when
wasn't
Butters
wearing
goes
this
to the
tank top,
heavy
I'd be
metal,
boiling. Yeah. So
All right, I take a girthy strike, and then what happens after that?
we're all good. The funny thing is, for the listeners, we had a tone check in the group chat before we did this. Like, so what's the tone here that we should go for, guys? And like, I feel like we've been really well behaved mostly, and now we're just
We're getting punchy. It's the end of the
it's good.
evening.
I'm into it.
Yeah, I've had 2
Um,
beers, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So I need somebody to make a mic check at a difficulty 7. So remember in
Me for sure.
now I'm gonna invoke Conan the Destroyer here so that some Robert E. Howard purist who's listening will be angry.
Yeah.
Remember in Conan the Destroyer when they're going through those tunnels at the end and Bombada has to hit that thing? And he's got to like smash that tunnel open. That's the situation you're in. You got to smash. There's a small crevice, like the stone is looking weak, and you just smash that open to get away from
Angus,
this
we
thing.
need your head.
I was about to say this feels like Angus work.
It's an Angus moment. Yeah. Roll me a mic check and get better than 6.
Okay. D6 plus 5 plus. Are we still under the -1?
You are. You're still frightfully.
All right. D6 plus 4 plus 1. So D6. It's just a D6 plus 5, right?
You got it.
7.
The exact number you needed. You bombada through that crevice, you smash through, and you guys are like, yoink, or no, yeet. Yeet is what the kids do.
That's throwing something.
That's when you like.
What are we eating?
Yeah.
You lunge through the.
Okay.
You aggressively press through the crevice to the other side, and
Skibbity, is that?
Yeah, it's skibbity. That's the word I was looking for.
Goddamn bunch of elder millennials. My Gen Z ass can't handle this. Anyway, go on, sir.
Okay, so you actually you make your way through this. This horrible thing is howling and belching behind you, but you find yourself the last bit of sort of light left in the day comes down from the sky, and you're where the cliff sort of drops off. You find yourself on a little pathway that you can kind of easily climb up and out of this hellish place and back up to the surface away from this thing.
It's so nice in there, but all right.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool for a while, and then it got decidedly unsexy in there. So you had to you burst back.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Back into the sunlight. And,
there we go. There we go. All right.
So you're free of this horrific place. Now, unfortunately, that dagger was probably valuable, but you did chuck it.
What about that silver cask that it was in?
Well, if you want to have kept that, I'm not going to stop you. That's pure silver.
I mean,
Plus, you filled your cups for a bit, so no.
Yeah.
You did. So no matter what happens, you made friends along the way, and also a few nights for carousing, etc. Now, here's the other bit, and I know we're going to wrap up because we've been going for a while. Radon definitely deceived you, and what we would normally do here is a bit of a reckoning on him.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that you guys are player characters, etc., you could work your way back, and essentially you can kind of get your vengeance on him however you like, and that can kind of lead to other adventures down the line. But the truth is, you survived with your skins and got a few gold for your efforts, and no one lost an ear or a finger or a leg or a life. And in a sword and sorcery tale, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. So ultimately, I would award you XP for having finished this. I would award you more if you slaked your vengeance on Radon. But since we're just kind of late in the game, we can leave that part to our imaginations.
Did we have any shot at all against that thing in combat?
You did. Yeah. You could have, especially if you kind of stood your ground and just kept jamming at it with the dagger. You could have killed it. Thing is with that, you probably would have had a casualty or two because that thing hits hard.
Well, now it's free, and rematch later.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it does rip itself through that crevasse, but that's the other thing is like that's also sword and sorcery, right? Like
we've loosed mere anarchy upon the world.
We might have done that.
It's gonna be.
But we got enough gold for a night of fun, so
and that's all that really matters.
Did we learn anything? Nah.
Can we have an epilogue in which there's like a single insert shot of like Radon having a drink, and then Hansi goes like, "Hey, Radon," and he turns around and I just kick him in the shin that he's like been shot in.
Yeah. Because his Christopher was onto it from the beginning. Like it was a ruse. He wasn't even wounded, right? He had
Oh, he
another
wasn't even
guy.
wounded?
No, he was bullshitting you the whole
You
time.
fucking dick.
Well, we can
Yeah,
fix that.
exactly. You
But
could-
Oh
Matt,
yeah,
just
then
out
it's
of
even better. Like we just break his knee that he claimed was broken.
yeah,
It's the
you're
Ides
like,
of March, y'all.
He said he had. I like that. That's a
We
good
got a
idea.
murder on the Orient Express's ass right now.
kick him in the knee and
We're
say,
done.
"Come on, give me a break," or something like that.
Oh,
All right, there it was.
Oliver,
was,
you got a
That all
question?
night.
Yeah. So, Molly, if you got to run, you just do it whenever you feel happy. But I'm really happy that you joined us tonight,
Yeah,
and
no,
I
this
feel
was
like you
fun.
had
Thanks,
a good
everyone.
run. And Matt, for people who are curious, because we are sort of learning the system a bit here.
Yeah.
I know we're not actually doing, this is a one shot, so who cares? But like, let's just say it wasn't XP. Like, I last night was running Old School Essentials, which has the more exploration over combat for XP. You get XP for treasure, whereas like Monsters, it's very pitiful rewards. Others games are more combat oriented.
Yeah.
For Conan, the Hyborian Age, like what is the baseline for how XP works? Is it more combat? Is it more achieving specific goals within the tale?
Yeah, it's kind of, it can be both. So just finishing the tale yields you XP. It's usually 1, 2, or 3. And then
And that's the scale we're working on. Okay, 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah. And that's a literal currency of like how you would basically, what you're doing with that is you're buying skills or spells, and spells and skills are kind of interchangeable.
Right.
So you would, how you've got things like on your sheet, Iron Hide, Sturdy, Brawler, Charge, those kinds of things. You would essentially pay for those to unlock them to then have those added to your profile.
Can you improve them?
Sometimes. Some of them you can, yes. It kind of just depends. But how
and there's no like
XP,
levels from what I can see.
No levels and few prerequisites other than, as Christopher said, like if you had like a part 2 of a particular skill, like improved flex is one, right? So you go from first a D10 to a D8, D8 to a D6, and I think we put in a D6 to a D4, or either that or we're saving it for later. But the other ways you can get, the other XP you can get would be things like specific things built into the tale, like did they go check out this thing? And if they did, then yes, they get an additional thing. Right. So it's like
for permanent.
Well, it'll be like, like the XP, if you like, you could get potentially, like you guys would all get, I think 2 from this. And maybe even an extra if you killed Thule or something, right? Like the GM can kind of decide that. But in some of them, it's like, do you check this whole thread? And if you don't check that thread, then no, you don't get the bonus. If you do check that thread, then you do. This game is all about kind of forcing you into action and like risk and reward. So the more they risk a thing, the more you might give them. And then you can even house rule it, right? You can be like, if someone does something courageous or completely in character, you could then at the end say, fuck it, you're getting an extra XP because that was awesome.
Okay. Does anybody else have questions about the system or game tonight?
I love the fact that I apparently suggested a new use for stamina points in future editions. Like the idea of like maybe reducing damage, spending a stamina point to reduce damage. That was pretty cool.
This is me formally making.
I got to get up early. My brother is out of town, so I'm farming solo this weekend.
Bye, Christopher.
Right on.
Bye.
Are you gonna be chopping ice tanks or whatever?
No, it's warm now. It's just a lot of feeding and tractoring and.
Watch out for that storm that's going through too, isn't it? Are you in tornado?
There's cows don't take the day off. With it's like I'll be out in the storm.
Well, if the tornado takes them to Oz, then hopefully the Munchkins will be able to milk them for you.
All right. Bye.
Thanks, Christopher. We'll see you next time.
All right.
Take it easy.
Anybody who wants to as well. Bye, Christopher. Thanks so much for joining us. Is welcome to join. Hang in there for a sec. Hang on.
Oh, he's going to get his dog.
Polly, hello.
Worth hanging on for.
So y'all can hear me. We have a very sleepy
Helpers.
Polly.
Oh, she's a baby.
I'm very tempted to go get my dog.
Oh shit. Polly, let's get you up for the camera. Come on.
Oh,
All right, 1 second.
Yes.
1 second.
it's now
boy.
dog sharing time.
Now, I don't mean
Polly's
to
like-
alarm anybody, but Polly has no concept of the internet, so
No, it's
it's not
okay.
gonna post to the camera.
She's just melting. She's like, I eepy.
Yeah, no, around 8:30, she just like starts looking very sad, which is her code for I want to sleep, but I can't sleep because mom and dad are awake. And so she just kind of does that thing little kids do, or they stay up for the movie, right? The movie being just life, I guess. But I believe Matt's got his Chihuahua thing.
Chihuahua thing. Oliver.
What? There we go.
This is a Manny Papita.
Oh my God.
He has a rat terrier. Look at his tongue. Do you see his tongue?
Oh yeah, right. We both have terriers. Yeah.
So his tongue is stuck out because he doesn't have his front teeth.
Oh.
So his tongue is just dried there. If we just go, Papita, come here, man.
Perfect.
I put in a weird pseudo-Hispanic accent because he's from the Dominican. And his name is Spanish. So it's probably not cool that I do that, but it's also that is literally
Yeah,
how I
I mean,
communicate
following
to
that
this
line
dog.
of reasoning, I should be doing a Russian accent for Polly, although I guess she's second generation. Her
Manny
parents moved
Papita,
to
look
Moscow.
at the people on the camera. You can't see, can you, man?
Polly's already gone back to sleep. She's like, I don't care.
Yeah, Polly
but-
is fucking destroyed. She
No,
had a
she's
2-hour
just melting.
That's what I mean. Like she's cooked. She had a 2-hour
is
play
cooked. Look
session
at her.
while we were doing the
Aw.
game. So she was probably playing with her friend Oscar, who's a much bigger dog that likes to put her head in his mouth, and they're both into it. It's just their way of saying hi.
Okay, sweet darlings, I am also cooked.
Yeah,
I am
you gotta
going
go.
to bed.
Of course.
Love you guys. Valerie,
lead us
nice
where
to
you
have
are,
hung
son.
out with you
Welcome.
for the first time.
Likewise.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
yeah.
Thanks so much, guys. It was a great
so much
time.
for staying up late. Yeah.
Thanks
It
for
was
anyone
really
who
fun.
stayed on the stream and watched this whole situation.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess it's fine. The very first year we did this, we stayed up till fucking midnight or past it because we were just so blown away. We were like, this worked.
Yeah.
We did it. New Age Storm Sorcery took 27 days to fund the first time. It was quite the grueling endeavor. And we felt the need to talk like we were veterans of some war or something till the wee hours. Last year we still stayed up kind of late, but it wasn't as crazy, because last year we funded in a few days and it was pretty good, and this year we funded in a few days, it's pretty good. But this year was ambitious. We expanded from 2 to 3 issues, and I'm really happy that we met our min goal early, and then since then I've just been pushing for stretch goals and seeing how
Man.
that goes.
Crowdfunding is no joke, dude. It is a lot of work, and it is a
Yeah.
marathon. And I mean, it is very much the elbow grease of all things, to be real.
Yeah, no. If you count the weeks of me building well, I shouldn't say just me, but working to build the follower account.
Yeah.
Right? 'Cause you always do that before the launch. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, you always want to have like a sign up page for a crowdfund. Then you try and build a follower account so as many people as possible get pinged on day one, because day one does a lot to shape everything that comes after. And so if you count that, I have been promoting this crowdfund for 8 weeks. And so I'm very much looking forward to what has become tradition. And I love that we have survived long enough to have traditions. Thank you so much, everyone, for helping us get to this point. Tradition, which is, we live stream for a little bit longer and have fun chatting, whatever. And then eventually we all go, okay, bye. And I go to bed and I just die 1,000 deaths in the best possible, comfiest way. And wake up tomorrow morning, make a few posts like, hey, final hours, wee. And then, I do, I got it here, I got it here, I got it here, I got it here, I got it here. Then it just becomes all about this.
Oh yeah.
Whatever happens.
Man, you
And,
Well, let's not talk about what happens to that character though, because that's not.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll say wacky mushroom adventures. It's that episode, and then around a little close to noon, I'm going to remind everybody, but I'm going to say it here because you never know when people might catch it. Last year I messed up. I did not activate something very cool the backer kit lets you do. I forgot to hit
overdrive
save or
whatever.
something stupid. But I wish overdrive. That sounds like nitro. But yeah, no, it's over time, where basically what happens is starting around 11:50, if I remember correctly. So the crowdfunding ends at noon EST technically, but at 11:50, anybody who pledges extends from that moment forward the crowdfund by 10 minutes. So if you do it like 11:55, it becomes 12:05 that it ends. And then, anybody who hops in at any given point, refreshes that 10-minute counter. And we did that for the first time with Double-Edged Sword and Sorcery back in the fall, and we managed to extend the campaign for an hour and got some more pledges, and it was fun. And I was kind of madness because I was doing what is also tradition now, which is getting a meatball sub for lunch. I'm not allowed a meatball sub any other time of the year. I seriously have been disciplined. I don't do it. I have to do a crowdfund. I have to fund a new book or new issues of the magazine to get a meatball sub. And so I'll be eating that and going, oh my God, as the timer keeps, getting reset. Double Sword and Sorcery was like a relatively fresh new thing. It was our second book we tried to fund, but it was a wacky idea of traditionally printing a pair of novellas, whatever. Here, just again, not the crowdfund, but I love that I got these advanced copies today. It's made today extra fun. And so, an hour, fine, whatever. But for Ness, I'm very curious to see how long we can keep the ball juggling. And I will say that my partner, a very supportive woman, said to me, we'll get a meatball sub and then we'll go to the nearest bar and just keep drinking as long as the overtime keeps going. Maybe she'll make me have shots whenever we hit certain numbers. I think it's going to be a fun afternoon. I hope it is. In the meanwhile, and the fun thing is too, right? If we keep overtime going, we keep being on the front page of BackerKit, we keep hopefully getting more new backers. And as has been stated before, but it can always be repeated. Oh shit! Just as I said that, we got a new backer. We are currently at $42,958, so almost 43 grand from 647 backers. So we're we have a little ways to go. We're coming around the mountain for getting the second author raise.
Well, and I haven't even pledged yet, so I still need to do that tomorrow.
You run a game for the live stream.
Not that I'm not gonna.
You owe me nothing. You owe me nothing.
Yeah, I know. I just not that I definitely am getting it. I just have to.
Yeah, you've got issues 3 and 4 at least, right? In physical, if I remember correctly.
Oh my God! Yeah, no, I've got them all, and I will get these as well. I got to go to team.
All right.
It was a great time. Roll your flex die. Rock and roll. Yes. Oliver, if you come to Halifax, I know exactly where we will go to get a meatball sub.
Oh, fuck yeah. We got to do that.
Town. It is so good. You know what it is? It's a 10 out of 10 food. And there's not a lot of 10 out of 10 foods, but there's just certain dishes or whatever. You're just like, fuck yeah, that is a 10 out of 10. This is a 10 out of 10, and it will blow your mind.
Well, if you come here, I know the same version of that here. And just before you go, I'll say thank you for maintaining one more tradition that we built, which is Matt John being on the Final Friday live stream.
Oh man,
you very kindly guested on the 2 previous ones. All right, dude, you put in your time. Go sleep with the lobsters. Good night.
Okay, bye. Goodbye, and all of you have a good night, or whatever Santa says. I don't know.
Whatever Santa says. And Val, you've been a super trooper, as our copy editor, as well as just showing up for. I think I'm having such a brain moment. You were definitely with us for another live stream, right?
Yes.
This time around.
I was here for the other game.
Oh, the first role play.
Yeah,
with the Reaver one. So perfect. Now let's see if I can do something technical. Just quickly. Don't worry, we're gonna go. Yeah, we're both still here. Okay, so I see we have to be added to all the stages to be able to switch between them without losing us.
I see the background change. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Fancy.
No, I had a little bit of fun. All 3 covers. But yeah, I don't know if we have much else to say other than chat. Do you have any AMAs or anything for us? No, yes, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, Polly's got her nose right in my armpit. She's so tired.
Baby.
Yeah, she's a good girl. Okay, so I think, you know what? That's cool. It's 10:22 EST. I'm calling it. But folks, one last quick reminder, like I said, 12 EST tomorrow. You got until then to pledge, to get the shipping discount we unlocked, to get the postcard for issue 5's cover art, and to, as add-ons, if you so desire, get issue 6 and 7's cover art postcards. To also, this is a biggie that's just baked in with the crowdfund, right? One of the reasons, hello. One of the reasons the crowdfund is such a good time to get the issues is that you'll pay for the issues when the campaign ends, sure. You will not pay shipping until October. It gets split up into 2 widely spaced expenses. So it's the most affordable time period to ever get in on the year's issues. And you can get also something we only do during the crowdfund, which is discounted back issues if you kind of get caught up. So honestly, it sounds like showbiz, whatever, but you just look at the numbers or the numbies, as we obsessively call them in the editorial channel we have private on the Discord. I forget where that started, but we started calling them numbies. Are the numbies good? Check the numbies. What do the numbies say? yeah, this is the best time, period, to get issues of New Sword and Sorcery, and I hope you give it a shot because at the end of the day, it's made with love for the classics and an inclusive, boundary-pushing approach to storytelling. And I think we've done some pretty cool stuff in the past. I look forward to putting together everything for this. I've started getting initial sketches from some of the artists. I love it. I love the art direction. Anyway, as Polly here knows better than most, I'll talk forever. So I'm going to press the big red button and the stream. Val, again, thank you so much for your time and your service. Good night, everybody. I'll enjoy hanging with you on Blue Sky, probably making lots of loud noises in between drinks tomorrow. Good night. Have I pressed it? Yes.